Oh, we're back. Ha- Hello, Copa. Hello.
Hello. Oh, hold on. It's been so long. I actually forgot last time.
Mm-hmm. Ah. Powerful. So
Yes.
powerful. Ah, no. Hold on, I have to look something up. Comrade in the chat is saying that apparently, like, rabbit pets are illegal in Queensland.
What? I mean, maybe in specific like conditions.
That's crazy. Yeah, it says here, pet rabbits are banned in Queensland. It's an offense to keep any variety as a pet.
Why though?
I mean, they are actually. I was gonna say obviously they're a problem, but I don't know if you know that.
No, I mean
Maybe.
specifically like as a pet, because like
Yeah, yeah.
I assume like it would be different like farms and stuff like that might be different, but I mean especially like as a pet specifically.
I could be mistaken, but I believe like rabbits are like an invasive like uh animal
I mean,
in Australia.
isn't it the same with cats?
Yeah,
Then
but
why are
like
cats not banned?
it's because it's not a problem.
It is a problem. It is actually a well-known problem to like the populations of birds, especially.
Okay. Well, I mean, we haven't banned them yet. We'll get there though. We'll get there.
Okay.
But yeah, that's interesting. Didn't know that. It's crazy.
No, see, he said the real explanation. Australia is still bitter from when rabbits ate all the crops. That's the real reason.
Yes.
That some
That's a
farmer
pain.
got upset about the crops. Not that they're a danger to the environment. It's somebody's business.
Yes. Yes, they must be stopped. Ah, they're in cahoots with the emus.
Yes, that explains everything.
Ah, no. But yeah, it's crazy.
But yeah, because Iceland is saying who could ever ban sweet friendly cats? I mean, again, cats do eat birds when you let them out just roaming around. So that's why it's recommended to keep your cats indoors or like in your own like backyard, but not just let them wander around. In general, all around the world, that is recommended unless you specifically need a cat to like, keep rodent population in check or something. But like that specific areas then do that, and most areas don't need that. Just saying.
Okay. Well, we're back. We're back. We're back to progress the MSQ. I can't remember why, but okay. I believe the current goal of the MSQ is we're trying to track down the God, what's the verbiage I'm looking for? The we're trying to track down not the sellers, the distributors of
Crystals.
of crystals. Yes, yes. There's an underground crystal trade going on right now. There's like the black crystal trade, and we track them down to Alamigo, right? Little Alamigo. And apparently what they're doing is they're stealing or they're getting crystals from Ishgard and then they're giving them to the Beast Tribes.
Yes, to get the beast tribes to summon their primals.
Yeah. Basically, there's like a group of crystal smugglers. We're trying to find them.
And also, apparently, we're supposed to be assassinated, which we know for reasons unknown to us.
What?
Don't you remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Like,
Do you remember
yeah,
the Grey Urianger? Urianger the Grey
Yeah.
ordered to assassinate us.
Yeah, that's it. So,
Yeah, and for some reason we saw that. I don't know why, but we did.
For some reason, we saw that, and also he was in his evil Ranger outfit out in the open.
Yeah,
At
Urianger the Grey. That's what
at
I'm
the
saying.
Waking Sands. Yeah. He was just there with the Black Brotherhood, also out in the open. at the Waking Sands.
It's fine.
Because that makes sense. That makes sense.
Do you
Just makes
remember?
sense.
For those who didn't watch the last episode, we had a lot of rants about a lot of things in Final Fantasy, and Urianger was definitely one of them.
Was.
About how he changes clothes daily, and nobody just notices. Just normal.
No, he just
don't know.
He walks into his bedroom, he changes clothes, and he walks out. Then he walks past like 20 people up the stairs.
Yeah, and everybody finds it normal.
The balcony. Yeah, because he does it all the time.
Yeah,
that's why it's normal. Yeah, everyone knows.
And before somebody asks out of context, like, I mean, isn't it normal for people to change clothes? Yes, but he also like covers his face, and then he just uncovers different parts of his face for some reason.
Okay. A bunch.
How was Soko here before us?
Because it's Soko.
Soko just knows.
Yeah. You don't need a better answer than that. It's just Soko.
Oh yeah, and there was a guy like preaching or something that we're supposed to see here.
Sure. Oh, this guy? Bibibo?
No. That's the guy is unrelated.
Okay. Has it begun already? I hear voices coming from within. Or is there like a deal going down right now?
No, it's like a preaching session, whatever I want to call it.
Oh, okay.
I think.
All right, the resistance fighters. Yeah, there's a
guy who just
figurehead.
appeared like recently.
Yeah, the masked guy.
Mm-hmm.
Brothers and sisters, 20 years ago, Alamigo, our home, was claimed by the Garlean Empire. In our haste to overthrow the King of Ruin, we turned a blind eye to our foes in the north. With our glorious revolution, we but laid a path for a new tyrant to succeed the old. And when confronted with our failure, we fled. Not a day goes by that I do not think of those we left behind. Think of them and feel ashamed. And I know each and every one of you feels the same. We abandoned them, our own flesh and blood, to labor till their backs gave in and their breath gave out, building the twisted steel ramparts which now mar our once majestic mountains. We abandoned them, the brave and true, to fight and die for their country, or worse, to be conscripted and sent off to rob another poor bastard of his home. We abandoned them, the meek and powerless, to bow and scrape when the Garleans pass, to sully themselves that they might live to see another day of misery. The Black Wolf may be dead, but a new Imperial Viceroy reigns in Alamigo now. A beast, not a fraction as merciful. You all know the Eorzean Alliance will do naught to oppose him. For all their promises and platitudes, they will not act if there's no profit in it. Only we can free our brothers and sisters from the Empire's tyranny, my friends. Only we have the courage to stand and fight. They have imprisoned us. They have enslaved us, and they have murdered us. But no more! Blood demands blood, and the Garleans shall pay for every drop they have spilt upon our lands. This I promise you, for we have a power within us, my friends. A power befitting our pride, our righteousness. Only join us, and we shall grant you the means to unleash it, and together we shall see the Alamegan standard raised over the mountains of Gia Arbania once more!
A power befitting their pride. Not at all ominous, that. Wait, is that...
What are you two doing here?
I could ask you the same thing.
Well, this is quite the surprise.
If you see what I see, if you feel as I feel...
Might I suggest we continue this conversation in more agreeable surroundings?
For it is not strength of arms that will win this battle, but strength of heart.
Hello, Copa.
Hello.
Did you have any thoughts as a corgi?
So what? That's a Shiba. Excuse me.
Shiba. It's all a dog.
Wow. So firstly, what happened to old man Papalimo?
True. Yeah. True.
He like like
Is this?
over the time he was in Alamigo, he got like 30 years younger.
Well, I mean, that's just the new voice actor.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah,
you're not
yeah.
wrong. Yeah, I forgot. I actually forgot. Papalymo, he's meant to sound like an old man.
Yeah, he was
which
like
is-
an old
which is meant to be
man.
which is meant to be part of his charm. True.
Yeah, where he's like the like old and cranky kind of thing, kind of person.
Yeah. God. God. God damn it. God damn. Yeah. Anyway, what I was saying to the stream during the speech was it felt weird. It felt weird because once again, we were discussing it before when it came to like the range of the talents that the agency is using when it comes to the voice actors for the game. And for some reason everyone is British.
Yeah,
which is fine.
That is true
for
because they just hired a British agency and they all just speak with British accent. Yeah.
Yeah, which is fine for Ishgard. It's perfectly fine for Ishgard. It's perfectly fine for the Empire. But like when we show up here and you've got like a crowd of little Alamigans, right? They're all being like, you know, they're all being like spoken to, and the guy is like you are like
Proper British.
proper British accent, but saying stuff like, "Yeah, we are repressed." It's like, you what? Like what? Like you don't. He doesn't sound like the people that are there.
Impressed.
Yeah. he sounds like the Empire. He sounds like an Ishgardian. Like he doesn't. I don't know. The voice doesn't like fit.
No,
like, the
I
character that's
agree.
being
I see
portrayed.
what you like. It's kind of like the whole like British thing was kind of like the character of Ishgard. Like that was their
Yeah.
identity. So just applying that
Exactly.
to everyone just cheapens the effect.
Was just weird because like these are all different nations and different regions, and
Yeah,
they should speak differently as well.
And even
Yeah.
if they hired like a British company to do the voice acting, like a voice actor should still be able to differentiate their accent, right?
Yeah, like
If
I
they're
feel
like a
like that shouldn't
professional
be
actor.
exactly like it shouldn't be an excuse that it's like, oh, it's we hired a company from Britain, so of course everyone has an accent. Well, it's like, well, I mean, you're meant to be voice actors, and I feel like you should have higher
Yeah.
range than that or something.
Like
I
a lot
don't-
of actors
maybe not,
are
but-
able to do like various accents, right? Like that's kind of
Yeah,
part of their job.
Yeah, so it's kind of weird, right? Like maybe we're speaking too soon about it, but like, is literally everyone in the game now gonna have like
I mean,
like
sounds like it.
when we finally get a voice of like someone from OK Vundo, are they gonna speak like in a British accent? Like, is that just
Yeah.
gonna happen? Like,
Yeah.
is just everyone?
Yeah.
Okay. Like what?
No, I mean,
kinda weird.
it's already a thing because like all the Scions got their voices changed and they're all British now. And the Scions are
No,
supposed to be like everyone is like from a different region, so like they
that's
should
true,
not have
yeah.
the same accent.
Yeah.
Because literally all of them are from different regions.
I would hope that changes in future expansions
That would
because I feel like Square Enix I feel like they have the money to like, hire and incorporate other agencies from other parts of the world, question mark, or something. I don't know.
Mm.
It's weird. It's just
It is
weird.
weird. Yeah, I agree. Like
It's weird.
Yeah. Look, we don't need to talk about Thancred, okay? For anyone who needs a rant about Thancred, go watch the previous episode. That's all.
Not a single. I don't even need an Aussie. Look, I just want the people that come from
Variety.
Amigo to just sound different. Yes, I
just
just want some
variety.
variety. Okay, I don't want everyone British. It's like what? It's an entire planet. It's a world. Okay, the British are invading. Yeah, no, the people that they're invading don't have to speak British as well. Like the British of the Empire. Like
I mean, the British were
Yeah.
This is the thing, like, in Realm Reborn, whatever, like, the Ishgardians were the British. Like, because, like, the whole, like, structure of the houses and stuff, like, it was also kind of
Yeah.
modeled after the British. and
yeah,
That
it's
made
all just
sense that
British.
they had the
Yeah.
British accent, but, like, no, everyone
fine.
is British, so no one is... What?
Yeah, it's just weird. And I think that's why the new voice actor for Raban bothered me. Because he had a more distinct accent, which made sense because he's from the desert.
Yeah,
and
he's
it's
from
just
Alamigo.
Darker.
He
and
actually is
yeah,
an
he's from
Alamigan.
Alamigo. Yeah. So when they made him British, it just felt weird, and now it's just everyone. It's just everyone.
Everyone's British. We're all British now.
We're all British now. The Empire's already taken over. It doesn't matter. They're here. But the reason why it felt weird as well is the preacher was speaking like this, but we also can't see their face because of the mask. So it's like behind the mask is he just like a white guy? Like
No, he's British.
which makes it sound all the more weird when he's like, you know, we are repressed.
No,
we are,
I mean under the
you know,
mask he looked Alamigan from what we could see.
yeah, but like it's still there. It's just weird. It's just weird.
It is.
It's all weird.
No, I agree. Like there should be variety and accent, and the fact that they kind of stripped the characters from that is sad.
Yeah. Like voice actors from Britain, that's not a good enough excuse. I feel like yeah, it's crazy. Anyway,
That's good.
we'll see.
Also, I will say one positive note on the whole cinematic. I like the sounds of the armor. As silly as that is, I like that the armor had sounds.
Yeah, that was nice. The armor also felt odd to me because I feel like this is not the climate for that kind of armor.
It's not, but he had an armor,
Yeah.
and the armor made noise. It made sense.
The armor also made it feel like he was a foreigner as well, in my mind.
Same. I mean,
Because it felt like he was out of place.
It said that he came out of nowhere. Like nobody remembers him being there. Like
No,
he just
but which is
recently
also why
appeared.
it's yeah, but he's also saying stuff like, you know, like we and stuff like that, like which is what's bothering me.
Look, we don't need to get into that. He probably introduced us, yeah, you know, I was there when the Alamigo fell and stuff. Like I was there, you know. Don't you guys remember? I
Okay.
was there. That's it.
Okay.
And they didn't
was
need
there.
anything else, you know.
It was there. Also, I want to give like Papa Limo some fresh clothes because I feel like he's gonna die from heat stroke. When I saw him show up,
To be fair, it is black, so
that's what I mean. That's exactly like when he showed up in a black robe in the desert. I'm like, oh no! Like I could
Look.
just see him fainting. Like,
look, he's a black mage. He's already dead inside.
like I can see him sweating from here. Like he's it's just, oh no.
Again, he's a black mage. I mean, he's already dead, probably.
Like these people can get away with it. Can get away with it because I'm pretty sure these people are like they stay inside the temple. Like these people are like this guy, so they're not outside all the time.
I mean, hey, neither is he, probably.
Do we know that?
No. Do we know it about the other guy? No.
I just assume that he's just a part of this. It's like this is a temple, so I assume he's just inside the temple. But
I mean, it's ruins of a temple.
yeah, but they have like an inside though.
Sure.
It's fine. All right, speak to Papa Lee. Mayhap it's my imagination, but you seem rather more rugged and world weary than last we spoke, and you seem quite younger than last we spoke.
Yeah,
You sound like you've de-aged 100 years.
probably, yeah.
Ah. Either.
Of all the places to meet, it has to be fate.
Oh, hello, Asheri. Hello. Good to see you again. Words cannot express how glad I am to see you both alive and well.
And you thought it was pretty obvious you and Mielikka would be fine. Though it was.
The Crystal Braves never had a realistic chance of capturing any of the Scions, divided as they were, and distrusted by the better part of Edosia.
I have a question. Are you still gonna play Papa Limo as an old man?
I can't remember the voice I used for Papa
I
Lee.
can't either, but I remember he was an old man, and we were playing him
was
up
an
as
old
an
man.
old man.
He was an old man. But if you truly believe that, forgive me, what exactly have you two been doing all this time? Cue flashback. Repaying a favor. After the banquets, we had no choice but to flee Ul'dah, and we would not have been able to do so without the aid of some old friends from the Resistance.
That's right. They smuggled us out of the city and sheltered us in Little Amigo, all at great risk to themselves. Obviously, we couldn't let that go unacknowledged, so we offered to help them out with their operations for a while.
When we learned the Scion's exoneration, that Lorito had severed all ties with the Crystal Braves, and the General Raban had been reinstated, we resolved to make contact. But having long since discarded our link pearls as a precautionary measure, our options are rather limited. Can link pearls be traced? What?
I mean,
Wait, what?
Look, maybe the new edition of Link Pearls can. Look, I don't know which models they have.
Can we hack link pearls?
If we can display images of them.
Right now?
But here's the thing. This is the first in-lore explanation we have of somebody not using a link pearl.
Yeah, but it never makes sense otherwise. Like here, it makes sense because they're saying because they were being hunted, right?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. This is the first time somebody actually has a legit reason not to use a link pearl.
But this means that it's possible to listen in on other people's link pearls. Then why don't we do that? Right? That's what we're being told right now, right?
Yeah?
We're being told that apparently it's possible to listen in on other people's link pearls. Otherwise, why get rid of them? So then when we're looking for people, why don't we do that?
It's not nice to listen to eavesdrop on people.
It's not nice.
Yeah.
It's not nice.
I mean,
Yeah,
scions are
true.
nice. We wouldn't do anything that would be like against the norms, ever.
Okay. 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 To make matters more complicated, we were embroiled in a delicate operation at the time, leaving me with little choice but to entrust a letter to a courier. I gather from your puzzled expressions, however, that you never received it.
He actually sent a pigeon.
Huh.
To be honest, we thought this might happen. While the masks are happy to let the refugees spread the word within the community, they're pretty strict about communicating with outsiders. Oh, and we also heard a rumor that the Griffin doesn't want us meddling in his affairs.
The Griffin mistrusts the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Curious. It is well known that we are no friends to Garlemald. One would think the man we saw beseeching all and sundry to join his cause would welcome our support. I should say that man you saw was not in fact the Griffin, but an impersonator, and a talented rabble-rouser to boot. So it would not surprise me if he were responsible for the majority of these public appearances. As you may have gathered, the Griffin is an extremely cautious and distrusting man who has made every effort to conceal his identity. Even when we participated in a raid under his direct command, we were not permitted to approach him. What, you raided people?
Apparently. It's hard to know what to make of it all. The secrecy, the impersonators, the masks. Says the person in the mask.
Yeah, I mean, that's the joke.
What? It's not as if I'm making all of you wear one, and mine only covers half of my face. It's completely different. Anyway, when we heard the Griffin was due to give a speech, we thought it might be a good opportunity to get a better sense of the man behind the... to get a better sense of the man.
For all the good it did. Perfect! Good to see you! Hold on.
I saw someone calling you a different name. I'm like, oh shit.
It's been years, Papi. It's been years. Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh my god. Hope you've been doing well. Less than three. Less than three. Okay. And now you have heard the whole of it. But tell me, what prompted you to take an interest in the Griffin?
Summoning? You're not serious. I can't believe it.
The resistance would never even entertain such a ridiculous plan. But the Griffin, well, that man is an enigma. I cannot say with any confidence that he would or would not do. What I can say, however, is that the speech we heard today was not the first to make reference to a power capable of defeating the Empire. All right, sorry, I meant to say earlier, when they said that like they have power within us or something, I was thinking, they alluded to it before. Are Ala Mhigan's going to summon a primal?
I think that's what they're pointing at. That they're trying to
Yeah.
rile up Alamigans to summon their own primal. Which, as we know,
Okay.
they have one. Which is Raoul.
Yeah. The Moss have made many such claims of late. I confess, I had assumed it to be mere bluster. But in the context of the shipments of which you spoke, it is not impossible that they are alluding to a primal. There you go.
Whatever it is, we'll find out together. And if anyone tries to stop us, they answer to me.
Indeed. That is assuming you'll have us. One day we'll meet up for a beer and talk about old school WoW. Let's go. Oh my god. Are you still playing? I think Sherbs is still I think Sherbs is still playing. I've seen like a couple of them like dip back in. But, yeah, good to see you. Good to see you. Right. Ida.
Do you honestly think that he's planning to liberate Alamigo with the help of a primal? I mean, could he really be that stupid? Alfie?
In retrospect, their tale is not so surprising. We had reason to believe that they had escaped with the aid of Alamigan refugees after all. Still, Tataro will be delighted to hear that we have been reunited. Once we had attended to matters here, of course. Okay, Papalima. Papalima has a mind to learn the Griffin's true intentions.
Oh, he has so much food.
That's all inventory space. No. If you are suspect, the Griffin is indeed plotting to summon a primal, we must needs obtain confirmation while there is yet time to act. To that end, I propose we question his double. Given his role as the group's de facto mouthpiece, I should not be surprised if he were one of the Griffin's closest associates. And while he may not be aware of the most sensitive details, he can probably tell us the Moss plans in broad strokes. Like the man whom he impersonates, however, he is wary of outsiders. He will not expose himself without a suitable incentive. My plan is as follows. You and Alfino will pose as adventurers fallen on hard times, inspired by his words to take up arms for a noble cause. Ida and I, as members of the Resistance, will recount tales of your past achievements and testify as to your usefulness in the struggles ahead. With our enthusiastic assurances still ringing in his ears, he will decide to welcome you in person, and we will arrange a meeting. You will need to look the part, though we might maintain the charade, until we have him cornered at least. Here, this should be enough to purchase suitable garments from Tailbot, and to have him rub a respectable amount of dirt on them for good measure. Any questions?
I have a question.
Okay.
Alfino is white-haired. White hair, Ella's a kid.
Uh-huh.
How is he gonna pass for an Alamigan?
I mean, not even just that. In general, I'm pretty sure we're pretty famous. Like like worldwide, or at least in Edosia. Like,
look, listen. They literally just said that Griffin doesn't want to work with the Scions, which implies he knows who Scions are.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be okay with this plan though, as long as they give us a mask. If they give us a mask, then it's fine.
Okay, let me rephrase that. If we are to dress up and they give us a mask, I'm good. But I think Alfino stands out a bit too much.
Just put a cloak on.
Yeah, put a cloak on him and like actually make him like not an adventurer, but like our younger brother. So he's like, he's just like tagging along, but he doesn't say anything.
You know what they could do? They could just like have fun with it and just dye his hair. Because,
they could.
Like, there's no reason not to.
But they wouldn't.
Yeah.
They're not gonna do it.
But they could.
They could, but they're not gonna do. Also, I
Yeah,
mean,
they're not going to. But...
you say that they could just dye his hair, but I have not seen a single Alazan in these parts. A single one. So that may also be a problem.
Nah, it's fine. He was there. He was.
Oh, okay.
He's Halamigan. It's fine.
Oh, okay. He's an
It's
Amiga
fine.
now.
Yeah. Just like the preacher. It's fine. It all seems simple enough. Thank you. And with that, Light, let us be off.
Do they have anything to
Oh,
say?
let's go. Hold on. Sherp still plays. Same with Leg, Gob, Skank, and Day. Come back. I'm not coming back. Perfect. I don't have the time to raid, Bappy. I'm not gonna come back to raiding like before. I'm too busy. But I appreciate it. It's good to hear that everyone's still playing.
Light is now a pro in different games.
True. But yeah, I don't know if you've been keeping up. Perfect. But I've been casting. I've been casting like StarCrafts like on a daily basis. Not here, not on this channel. On a different channel. I've been busy with other stuff. No time to raid, unfortunately. No time to raid. And you know how I get about WoW. Perfect. I'll get in there and I won't leave. That's a problem. It's a problem.
Today, as he took us cancelled, he's raiding in WoW. Yeah. No, when you suddenly see that the entire week of schedule is just empty, like, yeah, he's raiding probably.
No, not like this. Okay. Either.
Our identities will be revealed, but it can't be helped. We don't have time for a clever approach. Wait, so you weren't revealed all this time?
Tailbot has an assortment of affordable clothing, which he sells to the refugees. The sum in that sack should more than suffice. But if it and my name are not enough to secure his corporation, pay him double. I shall see that you are recompensed. I think we can afford it. I think it's fine.
Yeah, I think we can afford it. Probably. I mean, we could probably make the clothes ourselves, to be honest.
Assassin 2-hour raid. How many days you just doing quests, grinding for consumables, repair? Don't worry about it, Icedown. Don't worry about it. But true, also. Feels dailies, man. Remember when they said that we're gonna get rid of dailies? Then they added like world quests to farm like ancient power and stuff like that. Mate. No. Anyway. Artifact power, that's it. Artifact power. Well, don't look at me. You are the one with the sack of gil. And you do have that sack, don't you? Yeah? You want to buy what? I don't know what you're up to, but I want no part of it.
Yeah, I feel probably showing up in good clothes was not the best idea.
Yeah. Well, you're the ones with the gil, and seeing as you're friends of Papalimo. There. Why are they still using their real names?
I know that's why I said when they're like, oh yeah, we cannot reveal their identity, but everybody knows.
They're like, oh, we got rid of the link pearl so no one knows who we are, but we still use our real names. It's like, how many other people out there are called Papalimo and Ida that like look like you with a mask?
Yeah, and walk around together.
Shaking my head. There. Tunics and slops for the both of you. Tailored and treated to your tastes. Now, off with you, before someone sees us together.
No, we're gonna change right here. What do you mean?
Clothes maketh a man, as they say. Right then. I will go and change. And see you at the spot Papalimo marked on our maps. 1, 2, 2, anyway. Stay away. You can get out of it, perfect. Get out of it. While you
Come
still
to
can.
Final Fantasy. I'm sure that's
believe
better.
in you. Come with me, Pat. Come with me, perfect. We'll escape together.
Take my hand. But yeah, you should tell them about how you over-leveled for everything in this game.
Ah, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh, should we dress up too? So look at him!
Yeah.
He does not look at Amigan one bit.
It's fine.
Alf, you know. Okay, what do we have? Oh, nice. I already have this one probably too.
What do we have to put on? Tunic and slops.
Yeah. Not the shoes though, right? Yeah, let's have fancy shoes, but like awful tunic. That's not suspicious. Look at it.
Let's go.
Like the shoes don't give me away at all.
Well, look at us. A pair of down-at-heel adventurers seeking a chance to recapture past glories. Yes, this should suffice. And now we play the waiting game.
My thanks, comrades.
Ah, more British.
You must be the esteemed adventurers of whom I've heard so much. I understand you have taken an interest in our cause.
A great interest, you might say. Your words have certainly made quite an impression on my friend and I. The Resistance has long, and some would say wisely, avoided open engagements with the Garleans, but you and yours seem confident against the world in arms. I can only assume you have good reason to be so bold. Why, one might even think you are planning to summon a primal. Because that would do much to explain the sizable shipment of crystals you recently received from your smuggler friends, whom our Ishgardian allies have since detained, lest you wonder.
I'd like to hear more about the Griffin. The real Griffin. Your performance earlier didn't fool us.
Ah, the famous scions of the Seventh Dawn. I should have known better than to think I could conceal the truth from you lot. You are right. I am not the Griffin, but I speak with his voice, and it was at his behest that we procured those crystals. You are wrong, however, if you think that we procured them to summon a primal. We used them to reach an accord with the Amalja. In exchange for crystals to summon their god, they will aid us in the fight for Alamegan liberation.
You've got to be joking. Have you gone completely mad? When people find out you helped the Lizardmen summon Ifrit, they'll turn on the Resistance. Alamigo will never be free.
This isn't a fairy tale, girl. We don't have the luxury to play at being honorable heroes. It's because the likes of you wouldn't sully your saintly hands that Alamigo's been under the yoke for the past 20 years. But the Griffin won't stand for it, and neither will we. We're ready to do whatever it takes.
What proof do you have of this arrangement with the Amalja?
What? Aside from a lack of crystals? None. But the beastmen have a great big pile of the things if you fancy looking. You might want to hurry, though. It'll not be long before they summon their god. Search our camp if you don't believe me. We have naught to hide.
If there is a cache to be found, Ida and I will find it.
Then let us be off. Are you perchance the Warrior of Light? Aye, I thought so. You should know that a great many who have joined us did so because you saved them. Because you showed them that one brave woman can make a difference. You saved me too once. Helped a friend over in Quarry Mill make some medicine I needed. But that was a lifetime ago. On behalf of my brothers and sisters, I thank you. You gave us hope where there was none, courage and strength when all was lost. We shall not squander your gift.
I know that look, Ida, and I do not like it. You cannot seriously be contemplating taking up arms with that band of cutthroats.
I just...
If the Griffin and his men have their way, it is only a matter of time before the situation in Alamigo comes to a head. Your homeland's future teeters on a knife edge, and any reckless action, however small, could have irrevocable consequences. You mustn't lose sight of that, Ida. When the time comes, we must all make our choices, but we must do so in full possession of the facts. Now, let us away. There is work to be done.
Are we back?
Yeah.
I plan to see out the World Soul Saga, and I'm done. It's already been 17 years I've been playing. Fair enough, perfect, fair enough. Best of luck, best of luck. Tell me how it ends.
Come to Final Fantasy.
Come to Final Fantasy.
Yeah, just, you know, end one addiction, start another.
True, true. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so I misunderstood, Kuro.
Mm-hmm.
I assumed that we were dressed up because we were going to infiltrate and then like
Yeah,
be sneaky about it and try to
yeah,
like find out information and find out
yeah,
like who this is.
yeah.
And like in the middle of like the conversation when like Avinel's being more confrontational, I'm like, what are you doing right now? Like I'm like,
Yeah.
what's going on? And then it's like, oh, we're just not even going to try
So
and
what
pretend.
was the
Okay.
point of us dressing up? We could just be
Yeah,
standing
well,
under a tree.
what was the point? There was no point. There was no point. There's actually no point. Ah,
There was literally no point because we are all alone and they just let him
Yeah.
straight to us.
yeah, it's just weird.
Yeah, what? So bizarre. Like this is a second time in Final Fantasy XIV that you dress up to infiltrate a group, and the first time it actually mattered. Because you were infiltrated like a camp of like refugees something, and you were getting like a false profile, whatever the fuck that was. Here it made no sense.
Yeah, I also don't understand. I don't understand. I don't know. I was gonna say, I don't get why we haven't gotten involved yet in this conflict with Little Alamigo and the Empire.
It
I
seems
say that
important.
it does seem important, but at the time, I guess, especially with the first expansion, like we were focusing on, I guess, more important things. Truthfully, like we were dealing with the Empire, right? Like we were dealing with the Empire, and there was other stuff going on with the primals, right? For Heavensward, it makes sense just because we were cast out, right? So we had to do our own little side quests, which I liked, with Heavensward. But like now that we're coming out of it, I feel like there's less reason for us not to like help in some way, right? Like not necessarily like joining this group because again they're like showing that they're a little bit more radical, but like I feel like we should be getting involved in some way. It's weird that we're not right now because I feel like we're a little
we
bit
should at least know what's
directionless.
going on.
Yeah, well, especially right now because I feel like we're a little bit directionless. Like I feel like we don't really have a proper goal. Like we're trying to figure out what's happening with like the Warriors of Darkness, right? But it still feels
We're
kind of like
investigating.
vague. Yeah, like it's not exactly clear.
I mean, it's not exactly clear. At the same time, we have a clear like traitor leader in front of us, and nobody does anything about it. Well, because we're literally still talking to Orange, like nothing happened.
Yeah. Also, I didn't fully understand why they're not making their own primal. Like they said, we're willing to do anything to to fight the Empire and get our way. So we're like, so you're making your own primals? Like, no, we're gonna give our crystals to the Amalja, and then so they can get their primal and help us. It's like, why don't
Yeah,
you just make
I
your
see
own?
two problems with that. Firstly, isn't the whole thing about primals that they just take people, like they literally control people and eat them in a sense, they eat their souls or whatever. So
Yeah.
wouldn't like another faction having a primal and you not having one just be like a liability for you? That's just disadvantage for you because they literally can just eat your tribe and not care about it. And secondly, I really liked what Papa Limo said, and I really disliked that there was no follow up on it. Where Papa Limo is like, okay, so what proof do you have of that agreement? I'm like, oh, are the Amalja like gonna backstab them or something?
Yeah, like they have no reason to.
Yeah, they have no reason to work with them.
Yeah, which is why it's weird that they're not making their own. Because it's just like the Sylphids. If you remember, like Ramu isn't like necessarily an evil primal. His goal is to protect his people, right? And I would assume it'd be the same here. Like if the Alamigans, if they summon their own primal,
Yeah, kind
like,
of. I mean,
it's
Ralk
possible.
is literally called the god of destruction. So
Yeah, but I mean, like that's all the more reason for them to use it, right? Like I don't know.
yeah, yeah.
Right?
I think it's I think really what it is that they don't want to put themselves in risk in the sense that like, oh, we would have to like actually worship this thing.
Yeah, but then they're lying. They're not doing everything.
Yeah. That's really like whichever side you take, like there's a hole in it. Also, I found it was a very interesting callback that they decided that the fake griffin is the guy we saved in the cave. Do you even remember that?
No, vaguely, very
On the
vaguely.
very beginning, like when we were questing in Gridania, in Blackshaw, like random side quests, there was actually I don't think it was a side quest, but there was in Quarrymill there was a group of Alamigan refugees who went all the way to the Blackshaw, to Gridania, because they're not very common there. And they said that they have someone who is like very sick, and and that nobody will sell them medicine because of reasons, because there were a lot of Elezens there, and Elezen don't like outsiders. And we went to hunt down some antelopes so they can like crush their horns and stuff, so they can cure that guy. And that was the guy in the cave. And that's who this is apparently.
That's a nice callback.
It's interesting. It's interesting that that's what they chose.
Like I was gonna say something, I forget.
Oh no. I'm the one who's forgetful.
Ah,
That's my thing.
no. Oh no, yeah. I like how like he immediately recognized us as the Warrior of Light,
Yeah.
and so the same thing. Like there was no point in like dressing up.
There was there was absolutely
just no
no
point.
point in dressing up. Zero.
Okay, that's enough. Quarrymill, he said. Do you remember?
I do.
Forgive me, you cannot be expected to recall every name and face, and besides, not as if it
I think
matters.
it was like Maurius or something. Something about it.
I've long admired how you live in the present, how you focus on the problems at hand, and always keep moving forward. Let's keep moving forward together, Light. We must find and secure those crystals. This is not a time for looking back. I've been able to keep moving forward. Okay. I wonder who that is on the.
I wonder. I have no
Could be
idea.
anyone. It's crazy. Maybe it's Ida.
It is. It has actually is Ida. It's like this is what she looks like under the mask.
That would be a
we never
crazy
see
twist.
the top of her head. Remember, she has like this
Yes.
thing on.
I would love that. I would love it if it was Ida.
But she would have to dye her hair constantly. That's the only problem.
No, yeah, but that's fine though. It makes sense because you can dye your hair in game.
True.
It'd be good.
But what about the ears
Don't worry about the ears.
and the height? She's not very
We don't-
tall, you know.
It's fine. It's fine. If we take the Griffin's double at his word, then the crystals are now somewhere within Zararak, ready to be put to use by the Amoja. We must apprise Alessay of all that we have learned. I will join you both in Little Alamigo after I've changed. Okay. I like how he makes it sound like he has to go like behind a tree or something.
Yeah,
he has to be very
he actually is
private.
very ashamed. Like he's very
Yeah,
embarrassed.
yeah.
He needs to find an
Yeah.
appropriate bush to do it.
Yes, exactly.
So Soko saying Ida the first Fantasia addict. I mean, yeah, we have Fantasia in the game, literally.
True.
And it's been confirmed to be a lore thing. Like it's not just like, you know, an item. Like there is actually a side quest that confirms that it's an in-lore thing.
Oh look, he finally got here.
Yeah, I mean, look, it took him a few days, but he's here.
Speak to Alfino first. Ah, that's much better. Subterfuge was never my strong suit. Clearly. Alfino.
Really?
It's
We
very
couldn't
clear.
tell. We couldn't tell.
So sneaky. You are prepared for battle then? Tancred? He's like, I got here.
He's
I
been
got
running
here.
the entire way. Not even on Chocobo, he's just been running
Nah,
himself.
Not even on the chocobo. He's been running. Oh no. Okay. Kept you waiting, eh? Oh, my apologies. I got lost for a while. I had to ask for directions.
Oh no, he's Zoro too.
He pulled a Zoro.
That explains a lot.
I asked for directions. I ended up in Alamigo. I
Ah,
didn't know we were going to Little Alamigo.
yeah, he was going through the Gallian border as well.
Oh no. Okay, Alice say.
Now the Thankred has finally arrived. Mayhap you could share your latest findings.
You mean to tell me that while we were worrying ourselves sick, Ida and Babalimo were here all along? Well, Shola will be relieved, and also angry. Mainly angry, I should think. As for the crystals, what choice do we have? We cannot very well leave them in the hands of the Amalja. For all we know, they could be preparing to summon Ifrit even as we speak. We must make for Zadarak, without delay. Agreed. If there is naught else to discuss, let us depart at once. And so they go forth, in accordance with Griffin's plan. The players gather to assume their marks on a stage wreathed in flame. Ere long, the curtain shall rise, and the drama of which I am the author, gods forgive me, shall at last be performed. Naught else remaineth, save to stand at the ready and pray that the chance is seized, for never shall we know what's like again. I'd like to think that he's also sweating profusely because he's in a black robe and a black outfit, black everything.
Uh-huh. No, he's not, because we're in the middle of the night, so the desert is actually cold.
Actually true. Actually true. He's lucky.
Yeah. It's lucky that he's here at night. Also, he said gods forgive me. But if he plots with the Ashians, shouldn't it be just the one god?
What's his name? Zenith?
Not
Zenith?
it's not
something like
Zaharak.
that.
What is it? Zodiac.
There you go, Zodiac. Yeah. Alice.
All seems calm here. Is it possible that we've been deceived?
I want us to be deceived. I want the Griffin imposter. I was meant to mention this before. I want what he's saying about the crystals and the Amaja. I want it to be like some kind of like deception. I think that would be nice.
No, honestly, I wouldn't mind if the fake Griffin actually believed that Amalja are gonna work with them, but the truth is that they never actually agreed to the deal. Or like they agreed, but they don't really care. And like it would add to it that like the real Griffin knew that this would happen, but like told them to do it anyway.
You'd think there would be more obvious signs that something was afoot, but if anything, the place seems quieter than I remember it. I have a bad feeling about this. Okay, Alfina.
Let's continue standing in the open.
I confess, I expected a warmer greeting. We must not jump to conclusions, not until we have braved the battle of the embers. We must be ready to engage the enemy at any moment. If you would make any final preparations, pray do so now. I shall await your signal.
Oh, several cutscenes.
Does this mean we have to leave the party?
Probably.
Yeah.
Also,
proceed.
The moment it says you should like take your time, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be another like 40 minutes of cutscenes.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yes. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna eat an oyster.
Oh, true. Let's see it. Hold on. What do I have? This I need. I don't have anything good.
Gonna summon my Quacken.
I don't think you will need that. Those are tenacity. Those are spell speed.
Also, hello, Bodrick. I noticed Bodrick earlier. Good to see you.
I guess I'll eat a cookie. Yeah,
eat a
sure.
cookie.
Let's eat a cookie. Also, the gear maintenance manual.
Excuse me.
Seal allows. I don't know why that would matter, but let's do that too. Let's just get all the bonuses while at it.
I'm probably gonna have to deafen in the middle of this.
Probably, yeah, and probably will be out of sync. So.
Well, yeah, we will be. We will be. See you on the other side. Proceed.
Proceed.
This isn't right. The Emulger would never leave this place so poorly guarded.
Not willingly, no.
Ah, the saviors of Eorzea. Slow as ever.
By the 12, will you never learn?
You know, you're right. Mayhap it is time for a change of tack. Killing primals, tormenting beastmen, hastening the birth of a new god. It's all a bit much, isn't it? And frankly, we don't have the leisure to do it. But killing the warrior of light, on the other hand, that would soon plunge Eorzea into chaos. One life for one world. A fair exchange! Wouldn't you agree?
Lest you forget, you've more than one opponent.
Carbuncle! Defend me!
I sense you will offer more than mere target practice, unlike your sister.
Alizé!
Did I not tell you, Alphino? I am not the girl I once was. My brother was always the clever one, while my talents lay elsewhere. As Eorzea's blade of light once stood by my side, now I shall stand at hers and defend this realm with all my might.
Let's finish this.
I love the zoom at my face and there's just a ball. Okay. Where are we? Where's the healer? You.
You shall fall soon enough.
There's no escape!
Okay, good. One down.
No more games! It ends now. What?
The chains!
You snake! You would betray us as well?
He that holdeth fast unto his convictions shall never count betrayal amongst his crimes, though all the world may call him villain. My path is unchanged, my creed sacrosanct. This I believe with all my heart. But say, warrior of darkness, and speak true, what dost thou believe? That rendering up the souls of thy world in service to the rejoining will grant it salvation? Nay.
By the 12! Oriange!
Mine apologies, Master Alphino. That the brightest light might shine, duty did compel me to walk in darkest shade.
You sweet fool. I was almost willing to believe you had turned against us. I expect a full explanation when this is over. For now, may I assume you have turned your cloak for the last time?
Thou mayest, my lady. By thy leave.
Even odds, then. No matter. We'll crush the lot of you in one fell swoop!
Understood.
Hearken to me. We only have one chance. Channel your ether into my blade that I might strike before the mage casts his spell. I cannot do it alone, but together we can defeat them! Make ready! They come! I must have more ether! The ether! It's not enough! I can feel it! Just a little more!
Hurry it up, Nutty Bear! I'll crush you!
Tis done! With this blade I banish the darkness!
Not like this.
Alize, are you hurt?
A touch dizzy, but otherwise fine. Thank you.
And there you have it. Our friend is too stubborn to die.
We are far from finished. Or have you never considered how we came to this world?
Crystals? You mean, like the Ascians?
Just so. As the Ascians flee unto the rift twixt planes with crystals of darkness, so did these warriors come hither with crystals of light.
Eloquent, as always. Aye, like the Ascians, we too are beyond death. You cannot defeat that which is eternal.
Wait! Such methods as the Ascians employ require the renunciation of the flesh. You would have had to...
At long last, you see. To save our world, we gave our lives. We were just adventurers trying to make our way. An odd job here, a favor there. We never aspired to be warriors of light. But word of our deeds spread, and soon people were calling us heroes. They placed their hopes and dreams on our shoulders, and bid us fight for all that was good and right. We fought, and we fought, and we fought, until there was no one left to fight. We won! And now our world is being erased from existence. We did everything right. Everything that was asked of us, and still it came to this. You of all people should understand. We will not falter. We brought our world to the brink of destruction, and now we must save it.
I've died before, Arbet. I'm not afraid to die again.
No matter how many times we fall, we must rise and carry on the fight for those we left behind.
to have known the depth of sorrow and embraced the highest sacrifice. Nonetheless, Master Louis-Sois, guide my hand, I pray you, as fate's thread spinneth upon this most capricious spindle. Quickly! Thou must needs invoke the power of thy crystal.
What is this place?
Such pain. Such sorrow. Oh, my dear children.
It can't be.
Mother Heidelin, hearken unto your children's plea. From two worlds do we gather, and from two worlds do we offer a bounty of light. In this desperate hour we do beseech your intercession. We beg an audience with the word of the Mother, with your chosen Minfilia.
Your cries go not unheard, nor your sacrifices unnoticed. Though many are lost, there are those we can yet save, whom I can yet save.
Minfilia!
Blessed children of the First, the light of your world hath grown blinding in its radiance, but it is not yet absolute. I will hie me to your world, and there take unto myself the light which riseth even now to drown it, as darkness once did drown another.
Now you deign to answer our prayers? I will suffer this farce no longer!
As the Ascians must serve as instruments of Zodiark's will, so too must others carry out the will of Heidelin. But for the boon you have granted her, she has grown strong enough to set me free, that I might serve as her emissary. Your suffering, your sacrifice, your supplications, she has heard all. We will not let the first fall to light. Thank you, Urianger, for bringing everyone here. It fills my heart with joy to look upon the faces of my friends once more.
In taking you unto her bosom, I knew that Heidelin had bequeathed to you a sliver of her grace, granting you strength long sought. And in treating with the Ascians, I learnt of a star like unto our own, a doomed world of fallen heroes, in whom I glimpsed ourselves, the first. Full long did I search for a means to save this world, concluding at the last that the answer lay in the power of blessed crystals. And thus did I labor to set light against dark. Yet I knew from the beginning that this salvation would not come without sacrifice. For the instrument of the first's deliverance would of necessity be required to journey thither, there to remain, mayhap forever.
You orchestrated all of this, not to save her, but to send her away!
One life for one world. Such was the bargain, and you the coin, though it were not mine to spend.
Have we not walked together in the light of the crystal, and at her bidding borne witness to the joys and sorrows of this land? Each and every one of you knows my heart. If this be the price I must pay, I pay it gladly.
You would go alone then?
My dearest Thancred, you who have ever watched over me, I am truly grateful for all you have done on my behalf, as would my father be. Your kindness, your compassion, your love. These are your gifts to me, and our gifts to them, forming a bond which transcends time and space.
Sometimes I forget you are not the child I once knew. Make me proud.
Long have I watched you from Heidelin's side, watched as you nurtured and kept safe the light of the dawn. The dark recesses of the world hide untold secrets and dangers. Thus do I entrust to you, Tupsimati. I pray you, keep to the path that you may never have need of it.
Twould seem the power of our crystals is all but spent. Perhaps, if there is naught else to be done.
Hear me, servant of Heidelin. If you would have us place our trust in you, then I would ask a favor. Take us with you. Take us home. We were blind to the truth once, so I tell you this, as one fool to another. Light, dark, it doesn't matter. What matters is how you choose to use them. We made our choice and you see what came of it, so please, forge a different path. Seize a better fate.
'Tis a strange feeling. So many times have I watched you depart, my heart filled with worry. And ever did you return to me in triumph. Someday, when I have found a way to free this star from her sorrow, I promise you I shall repay the favor. Thank you, Lemmy, for everything.
Ah. Did you finito?
Yeah, I would say, okay, first thing I would say,
Uh-huh.
it's such a shame. I feel such regret that I could not hear you laugh when Minfilia popped up. Because I know that you laughed.
Nah, what do you, I mean,
No, you
what do you
didn't?
mean? I mean, it felt obvious that she was gonna pop up.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
our shared love for Minfilia. That's just...
Uh-huh.
But
okay.
but before we get to it, I need someone to give it me an explanation I can understand.
Okay, hold on. So there's a couple of things. First things first. Why wasn't Ida and Papalimo with us?
Good point.
Why didn't they?
Good.
I was very.
It is even worse than that. We had Thancred with us, but not Ida and Papalimo.
It felt really weird that the two characters that were meant to be the closest to this region and to, I mean, we literally just met up again, and they're like part of the group again. They're like, oh, we're back, we're here, and you know, we're and all this stuff.
I guess their explanation is that they went to search the camp, and that's why they weren't part of the party.
Yeah, but they could have just not had done that. They could have just written them to come with the party. Like that's not a good enough excuse.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
The writers specifically wrote them not to be a part of this, but I feel like they should have been a part of this because we're in this region now.
Yeah,
and we just met up again.
And they're also connected to Minfilia. So why were they not part of the send-off?
Yeah, so it was really weird that they weren't here. And that Thancred was. Like it kind of makes sense that Thancred was because they wanted that moment between Thancred and Minfilia, but
Thancred was the one who needed closure the most because he's the one who actually kind of raised Minfilia in a way.
Yeah,
But it
So
was also said that he literally cannot do magic.
Yeah, and they didn't address it.
No,
like
he was even surprised to be there.
No, not even that. You would think that if you get met by Heidelin herself and her speaker, her mouthpiece, that you'd think that if anyone could maybe return magic to a being, it would be her. So you'd think that Thank would bring that up and be like, hey,
maybe no, you know what you put there? You'd be like, oh, and before you go, here's like a parting present from me. Here, you can have your magic back.
Yeah. Because like I feel like that's where magic comes from for the from the start, right? From Heidelin. So like if you're ever gonna get it back, it's gonna be interacting with Heidelin anyway. So like, so what's going on? So why was that not brought up? I just, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so the first things first. So it was really weird that Papalimo and Ida weren't there. It would have been cool to have had like a full like team fight with them getting involved again. So it's kind of like a return to like the team of old because they've been gone for so long. So it was just a weird narrative choice to not have them involved in this like final cinematic.
Okay, speaking of a fight, what do you think of Alice's sword?
First things first, I don't like that the bard didn't shoot Alice again.
Sure.
If you remember, there was that scene where it was a cutscene where she aimed, and I think she aimed at Alice first, and then she changed her target to Alfino. I wanted her, which I don't think it was done well. I think she should have shot Alice, and either Alice this time defended herself because last time to prove that she's like a fighter and all
or
that stuff.
Alfino steps in,
or Alfino steps in and saves her. One or the other. They did neither. Instead, she just shot Alfino for some reason. It was like, what? Why? Like it was weird. So
also,
I don't like that narrative choice.
Also, lore wise, basically no time has passed, right? Since Alice recovered from the poison. Like, it's been like maybe like 2 weeks, whatever.
Sure, yeah.
But like, it hasn't been long.
Yeah.
And Alice said that her strongest suit is actually fighting and not research, but she got fucking shot. Do you understand?
Look, but that's why she needed to have been shot again and this time defended herself. So then you can dialogue away something like, oh, you caught me off guard last time, not this time, and then she can have more of a badass moment.
But like, right? literally, like the line is, oh, I'm not like my brother, I'm actually a fighter, but he's the one who actually like defended the first time.
It's just bad dialogue. It's just bad dialogue.
I don't think it's bad dialogue. I think it's that the story didn't make sense at this point.
Yeah, because of the dialogue.
Because literally the reason why we're here is because she got shot because she was reckless.
Yeah. So I that could have been done better. It could have been done better. We also spirit bombed them.
We did spirit bomb. I would say, okay, this took me longer than it should have because the UI was unclear to me and I didn't know what I was supposed to do. Because they were like, quickly, Mielikka, you should charge the sword. I'm like, what am I charging? I'm clicking on Alice and nothing happens. And like, only like few minutes in, I realized there's this small text right in front of her where everything is flashing and it says sword of light. I'm like, oh, that's what I'm clicking.
See, initially I thought that because there are like lights on the ground around her, and I thought they were like ley lines, so I thought I had to stand on them to power her.
Same.
But then the text showed up. I was like, okay, I just click on this.
Yeah, but it was just like, because everything is happening there, like everything is flashing, it was just so invisible because it's white text too.
Yeah, it wasn't very noticeable. But it's kind of weird that we didn't have Ida, we didn't have Papalimo. The interaction with Alice could have been better.
I mean, Ishtola also is kind of bad, but I mean...
it's fine. She doesn't have to be there. It's fine. She's got her own stuff going on. But it would have been nice if the entire team was back. And to have like a proper team confrontation. Yeah, it would have been fitting, especially if we're fighting like a dark, like an alternate team version of us, So it would have been very fitting. So I feel like they missed an opportunity. I was concerned straight before the cinematics even began. I prefaced by saying I don't want to kill the Warriors of Darkness, and I hope that they stay alive, and I hope that we get to interact with them. And I was expecting the story with them to continue. This feels very premature that their issue has now been resolved. It feels like there was a lot of lead up, and I feel like the climax wasn't there because
there was no climax.
Yeah, because there's
just got.
We spoke earlier about how aimless we felt right now because it feels like we're still figuring stuff out, and there's like
we're still
potentially
investigating.
Yeah, there's potentially like a lot to learn. Like, it's interesting, right? It's interesting to hear that, like, oh, there's like an alternate universe, and they had their own Warriors of Light, and they even emphasized it in this like cinematic, the idea that they did everything right and they won, and Light took over, and then they got fucked because Light took over everything, right? Like that's an interesting concept.
Because it's like and they emphasize that like it's actually not about like the good versus evil, it's like the balance of the two.
Yeah, exactly.
Of the
and
light
they said
and darkness.
they were like they fucked up because they
were too good.
They were kind of like they were too good at what they were doing. So they weren't necessarily like evil for what they were doing either. So like it's like an interesting concept, and it would be nice to learn more about it and learn more about them. And again, like our initial theory of like maybe incorporating the World of Darkness would have been more interesting as well, because then we get to visit that area again that we did for like that one time that we haven't gone back to yet. So I was hoping that their story would continue. And it's really weird that it ended here because there wasn't even a raid, there wasn't even a trial, there was nothing. It just it's just over. It feels too soon.
Because
it feels like because we just got introduced to them in the post patch, and now we're done with them. And it's like, what?
Yeah, I thought this would be like a lead up for something that will be going on for a while, but
yeah, like I feel like there was a lot here. There was a lot of potential. There was a lot of potential for a story, and they just wrapped it up real quick. It's like, what?
Very suddenly. I mean, not even quick, but just suddenly.
Yeah, it's weird. It's really weird because, again, like, it would have been a really good way to learn more about the Ashians as well, right? Like, you remember they were on the moon? Remember that? Remember they were on the they were on the moon?
Yeah, like in general, it sounds like from what we know, it sounds like at least Urianger has learned a lot about the Ashians, and like we don't know any of it.
Yeah, and there's like potential, and like we didn't even get proper dialogue with them because like there's potential that like we could have like maybe come up with a better solution, and then we could have maybe like worked together instead to fight against the Ashians, or to figure something out with the World of Darkness or something, and like. And they could have told us more about like what's maybe wrong with Hydaelyn, and because I mean we can't talk about the what are you gonna say?
Coming back to, because we're getting to the point where you have Urianger showing up.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh no, actually you can believe me. I'm with you. And like, I don't believe you for 1 second. You are not trustworthy anymore. And then Alisa is like, oh, so I can trust you? It's like, yes, you can. I'm like, I don't trust you. Do not stand behind me. I don't trust you.
That line felt weird as well because like Alfino had no idea that anything was happening.
Yeah, also that.
He's like, I was with you all along, and then Alfino was like, you were against us? Wait, what? Did I miss something?
Yeah, exactly. You were against us? Hold on.
Like, what's going on? So that felt really disconnected because a lot of the characters aren't on the same page with what's happening. So it felt a little bit. It wasn't very cohesive with what was going on. So that was like
also
really...
just what you said, like you kind of missed the part of confrontation where Alfino would find out that he's conspiring. Like he never realized,
right? Like it feels like we just missed a big chunk of story because like where was the drama of that of him finding out, of the distrust of Urianger, and of like what he's doing and what his overall goal is, because we still don't really know what the goal is, right? I guess
we'll get to that.
He says
we'll
at
get
the
to
end,
that.
Yeah, like this convoluted idea of like, so his plan was he wanted Minfilia to be absorbed by Hydaelyn. Like that was his plan? Question mark. That was his plan.
I see. That's a problem. I don't know if it's because of how the story is written, or if it's because how specifically Urianger speaks, I do not understand anything that happened between Urianger, Hydaelyn, and the Warriors of Darkness. I literally do not understand what the plan was.
It doesn't
It's like
sound.
It's like,
well
oh, so
written.
their problem is that they have too much light. Let's send like a piece of our light to them. Like, how does that solve their problem?
Yeah, from my understanding, Urianger apparently had known about this long ago, which makes sense because I think we found out about him potentially being bad at the very end of Realm Reborn, because I think that's when there was a cinematic of him speaking to someone else, I think, unless I'm mistaken.
No, I think you're right.
But yeah, so I
Like,
think
as we were escaping Gulda, I think that was like one of the flashes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was one of like the end credit scenes or something. So from my understanding, what Urianger was saying was that his plan all along to help the Warriors of Darkness was to have Hydaelyn intervene, but the only way for her to intervene would have been if there was like a conduit that Hydaelyn can like work through. So his plan was to use Minfilia.
That I am not sure of, like, chronologically, because I don't know if it would be like Urianger getting Minfilia to become part of Hydaelyn, or if it was that Minfilia became part of Hydaelyn and like Urianger decided to use that. Like, I'm not sure chronologically which one was first.
Well, I think they're saying that he wanted that all along, but story-wise, I don't think it really. It sounds like too specific of a goal, to actually work with what was happening in the story itself. Like, I don't think it fits. I think it was written retroactively. I think it's bad writing. I think they wanted to wrap it up real quick for whatever reason. I think they didn't know where to take it, or they ran out of time, or they wanted to focus. Maybe at this point in the post patch, they had settled on what Stormblood was going to be, and they're like, "Oh, we're not actually going to use this. Let's quickly wrap it up." It feels like hasty writing, to be honest. Like it feel like this reeks of them starting with something, then internally they decide they don't want to use it, and then they wrap it up now, and maybe they use it later and they come back to it, but it does feel like the direction of the story did kind of shift in preparation for the next expansion.
You say come back to it later, but the Warriors of Darkness are gone. Like, Minfilia will probably appear later, but the characters we were exploring are not there anymore.
I say that because they're still alive. From my understanding,
no,
they're
dead.
They're gone.
No, the whole point was they're dead.
No, they literally said, "Take us back to our world."
Yeah, but I think because remember, because of how they interacted with each other, I think what that meant was return our soul to the live stream. Not return us specifically, but return the souls to the live stream.
I don't think so, because otherwise, I'm pretty sure the point of the interaction was that Hydaelyn was going to intervene and save their world. Their world wasn't destroyed.
But before we even got to that, back when like we were talking to them about why they're doing this in the first place, I know in this engagement before that, they said that they themselves cannot be saved anymore. That maybe the world can, but like they themselves are lost.
Yeah, but I would assume that Hydaelyn can maybe revert that.
Oh.
If anyone can hide, like, probably.
Then wouldn't they be just happy about it? It's like, hey, thank you for reviving us. They didn't seem happy. They seemed like, oh, they've given up. They're satisfied with their lives, so they're just, moving on.
I didn't get the impression that
I did.
That they were
I did get the impression that they were like releasing themselves from like this, unending battle.
From my interpretation, they weren't expressive. They weren't like killed because I assumed that they were going to come back, like they were going to use those characters again. That's what I assume. But if not, then that's even worse. But like my assumption is that
they were never even named. So I don't know if they're planning to bring them back.
I think that they're interested enough to bring them back. They're interesting enough of characters to bring them back.
Yeah, but I at this point I don't know if they were planning to bring them back. Let's put it this way.
Well, I would say that their end is ambiguous so that they can bring them back if they need to. Like that's my interpretation of how they wrapped up that story. Not that they like died permanently. Because if you remember, the insinuation was I think they were like prepared to, they said themselves that they were prepared to give their lives, and I mean they technically are dead because they like sacrificed their like body and soul
No,
and all
yeah,
that stuff
he
to
said
become
that
what they are.
they literally died before. Like they are
Yeah.
not like
Yeah, that's all
humans in the
obvious.
sense we think. Like they are basically souls.
Yeah, that's all obvious. My interpretation at the end is that they're alive and Heidelin sent them back home, and they're like the Ashians in the sense of alive, but like they're still present in the new world or their old world. Is how I took that. But yeah, regardless, it's just a really weird way. It's just a really bad way to end this. And again, I've heard of like problems with Square Enix and their storytelling and their writing and all that stuff, like for Final Fantasy 14, which is why like my go-to assumption here is that like internally they just decided not that they weren't going to use this anymore for now, which is just not good.
Yeah. I mean, it does feel like it, doesn't it? Because, as you said,
I'm
like
pretty
we
sure
were
it
only
is.
just
I'm
getting
almost-
information about it, and just suddenly
Yeah.
it's cut.
Like I'm almost like 100% certain that like it was just an internal decision that they would just scrap this storyline basically.
It's just so unsatisfying. Like it
Yeah,
doesn't feel
it
like
is-
we
it
got
is very unsatisfying.
It doesn't feel like we got resolution to anything.
Yeah, I'm very unsatisfied. 100%.
Like after all of this, I just feel confused.
It's frustrating as well because again, I feel like there's a lot of potential for. I mean, we just spoke about it. There's a lot of potential for an interesting story, with the idea, with just the concept of there being like, again, people that did what we did and things went poorly for them.
Yeah.
What confused me the most was that Heidelin was the answer. That I wasn't 100% certain on that because, from my understanding, they did everything that they did for Heidelin to begin with, and the Heidelin of their worlds took over, and that was the problem.
Here's the
so
thing.
then why would Heidelin be the answer now? Like what could she even do? Like
Firstly, I said that like they have a problem with light, so you gave them more light to solve that. So again, that makes no sense. But secondly, I got the impression, I don't know if the right one, that Heidelin and Zodiac are not tied to a specific world, but are like more outside of the world. That there's one Heidelin and one Zodiac for all of the worlds. That's the sense I got, but maybe wrong.
I don't know about that because then it would make even less sense, right?
Yeah.
Because if this Heidelin is the same Heidelin,
but she said that she heard all of their prayers, like as if like, and he's like, oh, you're answering now, as if like it's the same Heidelin that they were relying upon.
Yeah, but it could be, or you're answering now in the sense that since they came to this world.
I guess maybe.
You could interpret it that way, that she's referring to them and they're saying like, oh, what, now you're answering us, but that could all be in the context of them coming to this world and coming to this Heidelin for help, right?
Wouldn't they have already given up on Heidelin by the time they came here?
Well, yeah, that's why they were working for the Ashians.
Yeah, but that's why it would make no sense for them to pray to Heidelin at this point where they're in this world. So it makes no sense that they would pray to this Heidelin specifically.
Well, that's why, like, he's saying now you're helping us, assuming that she's like omnipotent and already knew their struggle and already knew what they had gone through once they arrived.
That exactly means what I said, that there's one Heidelin for all the worlds and not that it's separate for this world.
No, as in omnipotent, as in like when they arrived, then she found out.
I guess, but when they arrived, it was already too late for Heidelin to help them anyway, right?
Apparently not, because she's helping them
yeah,
now.
apparently not. But
like, that's what I mean. Like, apparently not, right? That's why they're upset. Because they're like, what the hell? Like, we've been here all this time, and you didn't help us. What's going on? Right? Like, that's why they were upset. So, yeah. No spoilers, obviously, Selka, but I hope that we can revisit this in the future, in the upcoming expansions. And if we don't revisit this, then I'm going to be very disappointed. I mean, I'm already disappointed, but I'm going to be even more so because my my hope is that with the way that this is ended, it leaves it open enough to re-explore this stuff later when there's time to do so. When like the writers and the director decides, okay, now it's time to like explore this. And I hope they do it well. And they actually give it the time it deserves instead of like rushing it again. I think redacted. Okay. Thank you, Sokka. Thank you. Okay, Sokka. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing the Warriors of Darkness again.
Yeah.
In the next expansion.
This already explains everything. What Sokka said, it makes a lot of sense now.
It does. I look forward to it, Sokka. Thank you. But yeah, this does concern me just because if you remember, there was also writing issues in between Realm Reborn and Heavensward, which was understandable because they kind of changed. No, even then it was understandable. Because if you remember, originally like the Sultana was meant to die, and then they retconned it to make her live after the fact. Like they had written things to go in a certain direction, and then they like changed things. And that's also why they had to like shoehorn in all the like Uldar stuff to fix all of that, and then try to like redirect and refocus. But that's fine. Like in between expansions, like they're still trying to figure this stuff out. But like after like post patch Heavensward, I would assume that they know what they're doing, and this doesn't give me confidence. And I hope they get it together in Stormblood.
We'll see, I guess.
Because this is not the first time they start a storyline and then they just abandon it.
Yeah.
Where all the stuff with like Deleji and all the conspiracy and all that and everything, and like that was all interesting as well. And they just no.
No, didn't you hear? Lororito just gave up. Just did.
Yeah. All right. Well, the Minfilia stuff. That's another example of them. I think the Minfilia stuff is fine because that isn't an example of them retconning. That's an example of them like redirecting kind of what they want out of a character. We spoke earlier that we didn't really like Minfilia as a character, and she felt, I wouldn't say out of place, but like there was a lot wrong with that. And their answer clearly, yeah, she was useless. And their answer is like, okay, we'll just kill her off, and now she's gonna be the mouthpiece of Heidelin. It's like, okay, fine, sure. Like that's your answer to the problem that was Minfilia.
Because she was also always very like, I don't want to call it religious, but like, you know, connected to the spirits. So yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, like that's fine. Like that's a good solution to the problem, right? Like it fits. But like the Orianja stuff as well. Like this also feels like, because if you remember, the Orianja stuff was a setup in the post-credit scene of Realm Reborn.
Yeah.
So now they had to stick with it. And now it makes sense why they ended it the way that they did, because they didn't know how to end it. Right? Like, because the previous team or the previous idea was to write him to be like a traitor potentially, or for like a storyline to be there, and then they started it and then they didn't finish it. They didn't know how to finish it, and they just wrapped it up.
Yeah,
like, oh, he's good now.
Again, I still don't trust him. I have no reason to trust him.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure the writers want you to trust. I think the writers are done with it now. Like,
but I don't trust him. I don't want him. Like,
I know.
I don't want information. I can't trust anything that comes out of his mouth.
Yeah. But I think in their mind it's wrapped up, and it wasn't wrapped up well enough. It wasn't. Yeah.
And it's like Aliza is like, oh yeah, I expect an explanation after this. I'm like, that's not enough. That's not good enough. We literally were shown. Obviously, it was haha a bait, but we were literally shown the guy giving assassination orders on us. I feel like a bit more than explanation is needed.
Yeah, so that's gonna be another thing that we're gonna be looking out for. One, like I still want to revisit this, like kind of like storyline because I'm not satisfied. But the other, and remember I said something similar with Thancred. Remember, like I to begin with, like I didn't trust Thancred, and then they brought him back, and if you remember, I wanted him to want to redeem himself because he messed up, right? Because his mind and body was taken over, and he did all these bad things. And in my mind, like I didn't like him, and I wanted him to like work hard to redeem himself, and they did. They did that. It was okay. They did
I mean,
okay.
his voice
but like
small things, but yes.
yeah, and I want them to do something similar here with Oriandra now.
Honestly, Thancred still feels like he's repenting in a way, to put it that way.
Yeah, he does, which is good.
Thancred doesn't like the way he interacts with people. Like he's still like not confident, you know.
Yeah, which is good. Like he should be repenting. Like 100%. And now Oriandra has to do the same thing. Like he needs to earn trust.
It doesn't seem
again.
like it. Like he's like, oh, there you go. Here I am to save the day. He just rips off his mask and everybody's, oh my god, he's back. I'm like, I don't trust this guy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. As in, for the next like expansion, he needs to repent, and if he doesn't, then they fucked up.
Yeah.
Soko's talking about Earl Grey. Earl Grey with honey. It is good. It is good.
I love Earl Grey with honey. Yes. I ran out of honey, so it's a tragedy. But
this better not be the end of the post. Like, what else is there left?
no, that's probably the end of the post-Heavensward, which is very random.
It's weird. The other thing that's really weird to end it here as well is that. What about the Ashians? What about them? Like, what were they promising? Like what was Zodiac? What was Zodiac gonna do? Like, why didn't that? Like, that would have been so much more interesting if we had to work with Zodiac to like inject darkness into the first world and stuff like again, like that idea is just so much more interesting, right?
Also,
like,
is the first literally just like world #1, or is it or does the first actually mean anything?
I think it means
is it older, for example, than ours?
It's like Edosia Prime, yeah.
But is it older than ours? Is what I mean, or is it just a copy #1?
I don't think it's. No, yeah, I think it would be older than ours. Technically, right?
I don't know.
If the idea is that they went through more adventures than we have so far, and we are earlier, like in the timeline, then it makes sense, right, for them to tell us.
I don't know if that's the case.
Yeah.
Or if they just had different setups, so they got there faster.
I would assume they're earlier, based on the dialogue. I would assume. But yeah, like this whole storyline would have been so much better because like the whole point, as you said before, is like there's no good and evil. If we had actually worked with Zodiac instead, and Zodiac would have been the answer instead of Hydaelyn, right? And then Oriandra could have been our in. Working with Zodiac.
I mean, that would require some really good writing because we are literally the champions of Hydaelyn.
Yeah. Just get good writers.
Yeah.
just do it. Just do it.
Yeah, but what I mean is that like I feel like that's a material for an entire expansion, not just a quest line.
Yeah. Exactly. Which is why I thought that this was just going to lead into the next expansion.
Maybe that's what Shadowbringers are.
Maybe. It should be. But that's what I'm saying. Like it feels like we're going to revisit. It feels like we should revisit this at some point. And if we don't, then
do you
I'm going to be upset.
you think the Shadowbringers expansion just starts with Minfilia coming back? She's like, well, I didn't do it.
Do you think Shadowbringers is literally us just bringing shadow to the first world? That's why it's Shadowbringers.
That's what I mean. That like Minfilia comes back and she turns out that like adding more light to light didn't fix it.
Yeah, she's like, guys, you won't believe this, but adding light to light doesn't make it dark. Oh shit.
And that is why she became the ward of the mother and not the accountant of the mother.
Not the brain. She's not the brain. She's just
She's
the
not the brain of the mother.
No. Okay. Well then. There you go.
I have to finish this quest line.
Are we not done? Can we?
I mean, we still have to talk to them.
God damn it. Okay. 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 I was expecting many things. I was not expecting Alisei to pull a sword out of the book.
Yeah, I know, right? Just pulls a fucking sword out of the book. I'm like, okay.
Okay.
I mean, I will give them that. It was nice visually. It was an interesting scene, but yeah, I did not expect a sword out of all
I
of
kind of
this.
wanted the book to be like the hilt, like the handle of the sword, and like
that would be funny.
And it'll it comes together that way, but sure. So
But
she's got like a book lightsaber.
What I will say, I was glad that she didn't just pull another carbuncle.
Yeah, for sure.
I like that she had like her own thing going.
Yeah. I still think they could have done that better, but yeah. Okay.
Also,
okay,
I liked when Alfina just froze a Pikachu to save him.
I was not gonna lie. As soon as that happened, where he's like, "Carbuncle, save me!" I thought that the carbuncle was just gonna take the arrow to the face.
Yeah, I was just gonna take it and just like flop
I
on
thought
the
it was
ground.
just literally gonna just tank the shot.
Same.
Like, oh my god.
Same.
I really wanted that. I wanted that to happen. Okay.
Oh no. Poor carbuncle.
It's fine. He can just resummon it. It's fine. It's fine.
Poor carbuncle though. It's not just like the meat shield that you just throw out.
That's it. It's exactly what it is. I mean, that's what it does. Yeah.
It doesn't have a body. It can be a meat shield.
It's fine. Okay. Thank you. Dot.
Okay.
Ranger. Speak thy mind. I do not expect thy forgiveness.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Alisei.
Though things did not unfold as perhaps, I mean to say, I truly believe that she... Forgive me. I should not have spoken. It is not my place.
Okay. It would seem we are in southern Thailand again. Minfilia is doing, no doubt. May the toll speed her on her way. And the warriors of darkness too. See, they're being sent to their world.
Okay.
Okay. At least for me, like that's how it was clear to me that they're just being sent there. Yeah. See, I cannot help but wonder what awaits those wayward souls. If they gave their lives in order to travel to the source, then in returning to the first, would they not?
See? He also thinks they may be dead.
But mayhap, that was their wish.
So it sounds like Alfino interprets it like I did, that like it was them returning to the live stream.
Kind of. Like, what he's saying reinforces the idea that there's multiple Heidelins, because otherwise you wouldn't have to return to your world to return to live stream. If Heidelin was a thing that just is.
Is live stream not planet based?
It would be star based.
Yeah, right? But by star they mean planet.
Well, like Heidelin's the star.
No, the star is the place you're at. Heiden is not a star. By the star they mean the place.
Okay.
Because remember they say that their star is dying. It's not Heiden that is dying.
Does that mean that if we go to another world then we can't die because that's not where our live stream is?
Maybe. Or maybe we can die, but like our souls cannot like return.
Uh-huh.
I think that's more what they mean.
Maybe. Right. Sweet Alfino. Alfino seems to be at a loss for words. There's like a Moonbreeder. Moonbreeder's the one that died, right?
Yeah, she was the I mean Uriansha liked her, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and she like got like stabbed in the face or something.
I don't remember how she died actually. It's been so long that I don't remember how she died.
I remember she died in the like the meeting room of the Crystal Braves, right? We were all there.
Yeah. Maybe. I can't remember.
Maybe. Forgive me. My thoughts were elsewhere. And And this, when I know full well there is yet work to be done. The crystals. Leave them to me. I will go back into Zarak and secure them. The Amalja will still be in disarray after the thrashing the Warriors of Darkness gave them. I think they're all dead, but sure. They are not like to notice a lone bard skulking about.
He's a bard?
He's not a bard.
He's
I don't
not
know
a
why I said
bard.
that.
He's a rogue.
He's not a-
But Riker, you're not a bard.
But Thancred, you're not a bard. Don't have to do this? I know. But I want to. I will see you at the Rising Stones. I should go and find Ida and Papalimo. They must have finished searching the mosque camp by now. Not that it matters anymore. See, that's what I mean. Like, none of what they did mattered. Like, it's a bad excuse to have them not there. It's just, yeah. It just doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense.
Do you have anything to say? No. Okay, good.
That's it.
You must be tired, Mielikka. I know I am.
If thou wilt permit me, my lady, I would ask a question. When didst thou become aware of mine independent pursuits?
When I saw you meeting with that warrior of darkness and the Ascian in white at the great library.
I wanted her to say in the waking sense. I wanted her to say, "Oh, when I saw you two talking out in the open."
No, when I saw you coming out of your bedroom with different clothes again. I tried not to think the worst. You've never been one to confide in others, so I knew that even were your intentions pure, you would not share your plans with us until you felt the time was right. But I cannot deny that a part of me feared you had simply betrayed us.
Would that there had been another way. Know that I took no pleasure in deceiving thee, and that these sins will forever weigh heavy on my heart.
I understand why you did what you did. That you but sought to achieve the greatest good while inflicting at the least harm. Not many would have the courage to make that choice. But even knowing what came of your actions, I find that I cannot condone them. I'm sorry. Mielikka, forgive me, but I believe the events of the day have taken their toll on me. I should like to rest for a while.
If thou wilt grant me leave, I would gladly escort thee onto a refuge of thine own choosing. Once my lady hath regained her strength, we shall join thee at the Rising Stones. Until then, Warrior of Light.
Okay. We're not in a party.
Okay. The quest is called An Ending to Mark a New Beginning. So yeah, I guess the storyline has ended. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Remember Little Al Amigo?
What? Ala what? Do you think it will be a cliffhanger for the expansion, or it will be just the ending, just the conclusion?
There's got to be like an ending cinematic before the next expansion, just like Realm Reborn. There was like the big cinematic, right? Right. Speak to Ida.
Ah, there you are. We finished our search, in case you were wondering.
Like, did we miss anything? It's like,
Nah, not at all. Nothing.
I've yet to tell them what happened in Zarak. I thought it best to do so together. Okay.
Oh, bye.
Okay, Papa Lima. This better be a cutscene with voice acting. God damn. Well met, Light. Alfino said you would be joining us. 'Twould seem the Griffin's double was telling the truth, insofar as we found nothing resembling a sizable cache of crystals in the mosque camp. Did you perchance find one in Zarahak?
Why did we find things?
So we found Minfilia, we fought the warriors, we beat them.
We traveled to a different realm.
Yeah, she teleported them away. Orianger's bad, but he's good again, don't worry.
Yeah, but he's also a bit bad, but he's good, so you can trust him, definitely. He definitely won't backstab you in the night.
Actually. Fade to black.
I don't believe it. The crystals, Minfilia, all of it. It's just, I don't know what it is.
I sympathize, Ida. Even now, I struggle to comprehend that which I saw. The only thing I can say with any certainty is that I feel blessed to have been granted a final chance to speak with her. 'Twas bittersweet, aye, but also affirming. Avina, I believe it is past time Ida and I rejoin the Scions. We have been away for far too long. Though I am loath to leave the Griffin to his own devices, I feel our investigation would benefit from your more dispassionate perspectives, and I hope that we might, in turn, offer our own opinions on the many challenges that you have faced in our absence.
Gods, it's been absolutely ages, hasn't it? I can't wait to hear about everyone's adventures.
Should be glad to recount them, and Tataru's tales may well surprise you. Ida? Ida Rael be praised, it is you.
She was there for the past like half a year and nobody noticed.
Ida, alive, standing here before me, in the flesh. I can hardly believe my eyes. Oh, come now. Has it really been so long you don't remember me? It's Gundobald. I fought beside your father in the revolution. Do not think less of her, friends. It's been 20 years since the occupation sent us our separate ways, but the resistance were always welcome in Little Alamigo. They gave us hope, and young Ida, most of all. Aye, Ida here was always full of fire, ever the first to volunteer for a mission, till the day she up and vanished, that is. There were rumors that we feared the worst, and here you are, alive and well, looking nary a day older.
Oh, well, what can I say? I'm sorry for running off like that and making you all worry. It's a long story, but you see, I got involved with my friends here, the Scions. Oh, sorry, we were still in the circle of knowing back then, right? And anyway, I wanted to come back and tell you, but it was all very secretive stuff at the time, and as you can see, I'm completely fine. I know we've got a lot to talk about, and we will, but right now I've got to hurry back to our headquarters. My friends are expecting me.
Pray forgive her. It's been a very long day for us all. I promise we will visit again at the first opportunity. Is Stormblood the Alamigo expansion? Question mark?
Oh.
I guess, maybe. Because are we
Redacted.
storming the Alamigo? I guess. I hope so.
Isn't Stormblood the Japanese expansion?
Maybe Alamigo is Japan.
They don't look very Japan style, but sure.
They don't. They really don't. Let us return to the Rising Stones. What's after Stormblood? Is that Endwalker?
No. There's Shadowbringers, but I don't know if there's something in between.
Is there something in between Stormblood and Shadowbringers?
I don't remember. Soko, do you remember? I think that's just it.
Hells take me for giving you that mask.
What?
I guess she didn't always have the mask.
Wait, but that's not even that. Like, apparently Papalemo gave her that mask? That's
And they
even.
gave her the mask so that she could hide from them, but despite that, they still figured out who she was, even with the mask.
I mean, they figured out because she had to introduce herself, like when they were doing the whole Griffin thing. But what I always say is that guy is like the leader of this whole settlement, and they've been here for months, and he wouldn't know.
Yeah. I mean, they knew her as Ida for those months as well.
Yeah, as far as we know, they didn't use fake names or anything.
Yeah, they didn't use fake names.
And they were like actively part of what was happening. It's not
Yeah.
like they were hiding. Like they were actively
They were.
part of the events.
Yes.
And they just never noticed.
Nah, they didn't.
Yeah.
Realm Reborn, Heavensward, Stormblood, Shadowbringers, and Walker, Dawn Trail. Okay.
So I guess it sounds like when Ida disappeared, it was Papalemo who like pulled her out, I guess.
No, that's the interpretation. Also, when we started playing Kuro, the Shadowbringers was that, right?
Yes.
So
Our
there's
first
been
was Shadowbringers.
So there's been 2 expansions since then.
Yeah. And they release every 2 years.
Selko, can you tell them to stop releasing expansions?
No, don't.
Can you tell them to stop?
But can you
until
tell
we
them,
catch up?
Can you tell them to like let us like play quests we want to play? Like because I want my
Can you
island
tell them-
sanctuary.
Can you tell them to fix like Heavensward first?
Yeah, can you tell them to fix the storylines that they just gave up on?
Can you tell them to fix up Stormblood before we get there and make sure that they do it correct? That'd be good. That'd be good. Let's go into the Rising Stones.
Okay. Will there be a cinematic?
Better be.
Well, not yet anyway.
I like how for the letter version you have to put the little H in between S and B. Yeah. To delineate between Stormblood and Shadowbringer. I mean, it makes sense, but I like it.
So also we can talk to your favorite character.
Nafi?
No. Before that. At the tables.
Boulder?
At the tables. Yes.
I'm too late. I'm already speaking to Alfina.
God damn. Hold on, I'm gonna speak to them. I want to see what they say.
Speak to Alfina.
Oh, okay. Hori is very happy that Ida and Papalemo are back.
Okay.
He's literally jumping. I just want you to know. He's literally. Hold on. Who else is here?
Okay, let's keep going.
We need to know. This guy is here.
Okay, keep going.
Okay.
We'll go back and speak to them after.
No, because they may have different lines.
Speak to them after.
Okay. And Flamin says that she knows that
Speak to them
Mielikka
after.
is gone.
We're spoiling.
Okay.
Welcome home, Light. I trust your journey was uneventful. You'll be pleased to hear that Thancred has secured the crystals. He has sent word a short while ago. Once he has delivered them safely into the Temple Knight's care, he will rejoin us here in a couple of weeks, and we can declare this matter officially resolved.
I'm glad you added that.
After awaiting your arrival, I took the opportunity to contact Y'shtola and Kryl. Kryl is the
little Lala.
the teacher.
Yeah.
And brief them on what has occurred. I also requested that they return to the Rising Stones at their earliest convenience. Now that our lost friends have been found, it would seem meet to discuss the future. Good, because we are aimless at the moment.
Oh, Ryasha is back to his clothes.
Thancred as well. He washed his hair.
Back in the solar. It's been too long since we were all together like this. Not since after Moonbreeder.
Much has changed since then. We ourselves, most of all.
Though not all who were lost could be gathered here today, we may take comfort in the knowledge that those who are not are carrying on the fight.
while I am grateful to our friends in the north for their hospitality, it isn't half good to be back.
But, as Papalima rightly said, much has changed since we last stood here. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are not as they once were, nor should we be. Our travels in the north brought us into contact with a host of fine and generous people, and their selfless deeds serve to show me that it is not lofty causes that should inform our actions, but our hearts. And I hope that the Scions might continue in this manner, as individuals driven by individual principles. Provided we all sincerely desire to work towards Eorzea's salvation, I believe the paths we follow to achieve it need not, and should not, be dictated by any single ideal.
Companions bound by a common purpose, free to go whither they will. The idea is not without merit. Very well. I shall resume my research of the primals and the elder gods of Eorzea. Should anyone have need of my findings, you need only ask. I should be glad of your continued assistance.
Well, my main purpose in coming here was to see the signs of the Seventh Dawn restored and my dear friend found. Nevertheless, having involved myself in your struggles, I feel compelled to see them through to the bitter end. For Minfilia's sake. That is, if there are no objections.
You will always be welcome here, Kryl.
Urianger, can we trust you to carry on your investigation of the Ascians as before?
Regardless of mine own desires, I am undeserving of your trust, having so villainously deceived you all.
Now, I'll hear no more of that. 'Twould be disrespectful of Minfilia's wishes. She entrusted matters here to us, that we might protect this star and understand the truth which hides at her heart. Mayhap I can handle the former, but I think you far better suited to the latter. No?
Very well. Then out of love for my Lady Minfilia and Moonbreeder both, this shall be my solemn charge.
Papalimo and I should probably return to Thanalan to keep an eye on the Resistance. There's still the matter of the Griffin and the Amalja, not to mention the new Imperial Viceroy. That little lot must be worthy of our attention, right?
And what will you do, Alize?
You know I have no great love for organizations and formalities. That being said, this new approach you propose is not wholly objectionable, and we've always got her to keep us from bickering. But I will suffer no titles. I am not here for House Leveilleur, nor to walk in Grandfather's shadow.
Upon that point, we see eye to eye. If it please you, you may think of me as but another comrade in arms.
Well then, Alfie, I for my part shall see to the paperwork and the finances with my characteristic aplomb.
I would not have it any other way, Tataru. And we mustn't forget you. What now for the Warrior of Light? Indeed.
The path behind us was fraught with hardship, and the path before us will be no less unforgiving. But a new dawn shall break over the realm, and I see before me the faces of those who will deliver it.
Are you up to the dialogue option, or did you pass it?
I passed it, but there was no good choices.
Okay.
Also, I will take this quick chance to say welcome to Ren Suzugamori on YouTube. Welcome to our way more casual playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV. We've been playing for like 4 years now, and we are still closing up the first expansion. So that's our pace. We are definitely not rushing things.
Okay, I'm back.
So what did you choose? What did you choose?
The third option, the one that's like for those that we've lost and for those that we haven't lost yet.
Okay, so you went for the deep option. I went for a different one because I didn't like it would be fitting for the conversation, but I that doesn't sound like a task because everybody was saying, "Oh, this is what I will be doing." So this didn't make sense.
I wanted the little Alamigo task. That's what I wanted.
Yeah, I wanted to do that. I would say that. Like, I wanted to investigate what is going on with Ida because that is interesting.
Yeah.
But because that was not the case, I picked that the road goes on because I will probably just be traveling. That's probably what I'm gonna be doing.
Did you catch the final line?
Which line?
Ishtala said, you know, there's like a road ahead of us. And before me, I see the faces.
I see the faces.
Yeah, she's like, I see the and immediately I'm like, aren't you blind?
Yeah,
like you can't see her face. What are you talking about? What are you saying right now?
I got that. I got it. I see the faces,
it's
but
like,
she's literally blind. Yeah.
It's like the person that wrote the line doesn't know anything about the character. It's like, do you realize you're writing for a blind person?
No, you say that, but it could have been also like intentional because she sees with ether, so it'd be like, oh, I see you.
What you think seeing with ether means that she can see the intricate details of my face?
Maybe. I don't know how ether works.
I think it's more likely that the writer just didn't know. I'll be honest. That's
Or maybe,
based on what's been happening so far in this game that, we've experienced.
Maybe
I think it's likely that the writing team just didn't know.
Or maybe it was the localization team that didn't know. Maybe it was just lost in translation.
Okay. No, yeah. Okay. I can see that. One or the other. Either the Japanese writers are incompetent or the localization team is, but it's yeah.
Or somebody thought it would be really funny to put it in.
Yeah. Or both. Or both are incompetent. It's also possible. Okay.
Okay, who do we talk to? Alfie is the quest. Okay.
Let's say.
It's official then. Gods, I hope I don't regret this.
Alright, did you catch that as well? Where Alice didn't answer the question?
She didn't. She didn't.
He's like, what are you gonna do? And she's like, I'm not going to serve the house and I'm not gonna follow in my grandfather's footsteps.
Yeah,
like,
and also it's like,
what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? I don't like organization, okay? I will not be answering questions.
it's like, what? Like, what's happening right now? What's going on?
I mean, the only line that implies what she's gonna be doing is like, oh, she can keep us from bickering. So, I guess she's gonna help with her brother.
Nah, it's just what I got from that is that she doesn't know. The writers don't know. They don't know.
Oh no, that's true. That's true. She's gonna be around.
What are you gonna do? Yeah. Like that.
Leave it to me, Mielikka. I'll make sure she's properly introduced to everyone.
Ada.
Okay, Ada. All the way there. Same as it ever was. Okay.
What was I gonna say? I remember how we said like how it'd be nice if Alice was gonna go by herself to like so she can form her own team and stuff. Like it was, yeah. Remember that?
No, not happening. Remember how she could adopt that goblin?
Yeah, remember the
kobold
goblin
and have it here, like in a safe space.
Yeah, the goblin. Remember that? She can start her own group.
Oh, there you go.
You can like check in.
There you go. So corresponded in chat.
Okay. Thanks for letting us know, Saka.
Yeah, apparently there's a filter in the GPOs in the photo mode, which lets you see how the eater would look like.
Okay.
So she can see faces. Confirmed.
Maybe. Assuming that's what she sees.
Assuming that's what she sees, yeah.
That could just be like Instapearl, like, you know, filter. And it might not be reflective of reality.
I thought it was Pearlgram.
Whatever. If you want it to be, it's whatever.
No, Instapearl is better.
It doesn't matter.
Is better.
It doesn't matter. But yes, Instapearl. No. Okay.
What next?
Cryo.
It would seem.
All right. Whenever she speaks, I can never take her seriously because she's wearing a hoodie with cat ears.
Jeez.
like when she first showed up, it was fine because she was like, I think like it was more ambiguous as to who or what she was, but now in like a more formal setting,
I mean,
she's still just wearing like a hoodie with cat ears.
Like, I mean, what? I would wear it. Not gonna lie, but
like it's just weird because she's meant to be like an elder. Like she's meant to like be. Yeah, it's just weird.
She is Alfino's teacher, if you remember.
That's what I mean. She's meant to be like 80 years old.
Maybe not 80, but older.
Yeah.
Like properly adult is what I mean.
She's like coming into like a business meeting and like with
Are you gonna stop her?
On her hoodie. I would. I'd stop her at the door. I'd be like, you can't come in like that. No.
Children are not allowed.
Children are not allowed. Excuse me, I'm your elder. I'll have you know. And I'm like, I'll push her away. Like, no, you can't. I'm not gonna
I'll have you know, I saw Alfie when he was 6 years old and when he was wearing.
Oh my god. All Go on.
It would seem that I'm a scion then. Some derive comfort from such titles, but I cannot say that I feel any different from before. Well, may have a twinge of pride. Stola? As agreed, we shall spend the coming moons conducting our own independent research. Should you have need of our services, however, you are of course welcome to seek us out. Next. What's next?
You know, it's like, you know what it's like?
Uh-huh.
It's like if we're in a business meeting and you have facial hair and then she walks in with like a fake mustache. I'm like, what are you doing right now? What are you doing? And she's like, sure, what do you mean? There's nothing wrong. I'm here for the meeting. It's like, why do you have fake ears? Why do you have a fake mustache? I have real ears because that's who I am, because of my race of being. Like, what are you doing right now? Like, I don't understand. Right?
Kinda.
Is that the equivalent? She's walking in with a fake mustache?
I think she's more like just you know, the kind of like no, like she's never worn a suit in her life.
No, you know what? Okay, maybe it's like a fake mustache and like glasses without lenses.
Huh.
She walks in with glasses without lenses. And I'm like, and she's like here to like give like a financial report. And I'm like,
yes,
I can't
with the mustache.
Yes, with the mustache and with the fake glasses. I'm like, what are you doing right now? What are you doing? I don't. Why? There's a time and a place. Okay. Coltonet.
They have different lines, by the way.
'Tis passing strange to think that we may never see Lady Minfilia again. After witnessing so many of our missing comrades return to us, I dared to hope that she might one day do the same. I'm sure she will, like in a couple of expansions.
Yeah, probably.
Ray Boulder. Oh. Don't think I will be bested so easily again. When my competition with Lady Ida has ended, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn shall crown a new champion of the squat.
Squat. Not squat, the squat.
The squat.
They're gonna be squatting.
So he's having a squatting challenge with Ida?
Yes. Who's gonna squat it better?
Squat. Okay, Orianger. It may be argued that the great sundering of the source was an aberration, and the existence of the 10 and 3 reflections an offense to the natural order. That most assuredly is the Ascians' belief. 'Twas in the hope of opening mine eyes to said revelation that they first came unto me, imagining it sufficient to secure mine allegiance. Nor would they have been mistaken, were my heart a temple to truth alone. But as a devoted follower of Master Louisoix's teachings, and for the love I bear him and his, I hearken not to their words. Okay. Papa Lima.
Hold on.
Suppose I should not
Hold
be.
on. The sundering of the source. What does that mean? What's the sundering?
I think he's alluding to the creation of all the worlds, I guess.
Yeah, but then why was that like an event that created them? Were they not always there?
I don't know if we've heard and we forgot any history of what the Great Sundering is. But based on this line of dialogue, my assumption is that an event happened that created all the worlds. But I don't remember anything about it. I don't remember. I don't remember the lore.
Okay.
Okay. Banquet. I have Sir Aymric's assurances that the Temple Knights will henceforth keep a close eye on the Ishgardian crystal trade. Oh, and he extends his deepest apologies for your dinner having been cut short. Courteous fellow, isn't he? You would never guess he was a politician. Right,
I mean, he was kind of born into it.
Yeah, I suppose I should not be surprised with everyone standing in a circle delivering grand proclamations about their future endeavors. She naturally felt obliged to make up one of her own.
Yeah, I was hoping Papalemo would say something more.
Yeah.
Because I liked the way they portray it, because we knew that Ida and Papalemo like are inseparable, like they're always together. But like this time, like Papalemo, like for the past few scenes, like he seems very caring about her, which is something he didn't really show before. Like it was obvious that they are close, but like he was always like, you know, the old and cranky, but like now he looks genuinely worried. I don't know.
Okay. Homie.
Homie?
When you think about it, we have accomplished quite a lot in recent days, have we not? There are, of course, some few regrets for missed opportunities. I pity we were unable to deal with Ilbert and the Braves once and for all, for example. Okay, Balder. Now, all those little mistakes at the beginning to add up. Hey, Nori, you must try harder to remain focused. Hey, no.
Oh, sorry, that's me. I'm doing my best, okay? I am. I just can't seem to clear my mind. I keep thinking about you and your brother and me and you and brother and you and me and him and you.
Are they both after the same girl? Is that what's happening?
That kind of, yeah. I don't remember. I don't remember.
I can't remember.
There was like some kind of triangle there, but I don't remember what it was.
Was there drama? Was there drama? I can't remember. Maybe?
It was like I don't even know if it was a side quest or if it was just like, you know, a flavor.
Was it like side drama where she likes both of them, but like Cory Boulder is oblivious? But like, is that what's happening?
Maybe I don't remember. I honestly don't remember. Okay. I know there was some triangle drama between them, but I don't remember.
Sweet to Clements.
Trouble in Paradise, eh?
Okay.
Flamin? You didn't talk to Flamin.
Okay, Flamin. Oh yeah, that was that scene. Yeah.
You needn't say a word, Mielikka. I know. I know. Wherever she wanders, no matter how far, she will always be with us.
Okay, sweet talking. Let's wrap it up.
Okay.
Look at them lights. The signs of the seventh dawn. Look how far we've come. The people we've met, the moments we've shared, the losses we've suffered, the tragedies we've overcome. All of it has made us who we are today. Where we go from here and what the future holds, only the 12 know. But I know that we will find out together. Is that the end of the post-patch? Oh. Cinemat. Oh, okay.
One world's heroes are another world's villains. One world's loss, another world's gain. Where men go as one, there is life. And where there is life, My friends, if I may, I would ask that you entrust Tupsimati to me. Clouds gather upon the horizon, and as Master Louisoix's disciple, I would keep it close at hand. Thank you. I shall guard it well. There is cause to hope. For every ending, every parting, marks a new beginning.
Are you ready?
Yep.
I honestly, I forgot. I completely forgot that Minfilia gave us like a little
Yep.
artifact thingy.
Do you remember what it is? Do you remember what it is?
Based on context clues that we just got, is it like a part of the staff of Louisoix?
Yeah, that's the staff of Louisoix that he used when he became Phoenix. From what I understand.
Yeah, I only got that from that final line because
I knew
up
it
until that
immediately.
moment,
Because if you remember, that was her prized possession that she kept in her office.
Yeah, it was on the wall. It was like, yeah. Didn't it get stolen?
Yeah,
Did it get stolen
did.
at some point?
And
What
we had to
happened
get
with
it
that?
back.
Did we get it back?
I think we got it back, and then or maybe we didn't. I don't know. But what I wanted to point out, this is supposed to be like super important artifact, and a guy comes up to us, "Hey, can I have it?" And we're like, "Sure." Just give it
I
away.
mean, wouldn't it make more sense if we gave it to Alfino? Am I crazy? Especially if Alice Say is right now proclaiming like, I don't want to follow my grandfather's footsteps. I'm going to do my own thing.
Sure.
Then I would assume that Alfino would be like, okay, well, I'm going to follow my grandfather's
My
footsteps.
point is more that Minfilia gave it to us specifically, and there was probably a reason for it. Like, she didn't give it to Alfino, and she knows Alfino. It's not like she doesn't trust Alfino. She gave us to us specifically to protect it.
I'm okay with giving it to another person just because we don't really know what to do. We can't do anything with it. Like,
Yeah,
it's
but
not...
just giving it away to guy who is going to the front of a war.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. I think it's kind of weird that we're giving it to Papademo considering he's going to Little Alamigo. Not just that, but also he's been gone for a couple of months and we literally haven't really spoken too much at all. Or like,
For all we
connected,
know,
so
he
don't
could
really
have changed in those months.
Yeah, like we don't really know what's going on. You know?
Like, he may
Going
have
on.
his own agenda at this point.
Well done, brother. You may resume your normal duties, and rejoin the others. The coming battle shall be our greatest yet, and I intend to stand with you all on that glorious day. True believers are so readily led. I've given them everything they desired, all for which they have prayed. I doubt you can say the name for your pawns. Say the same for your pawns. Gets what you wanted then. Was it all worth it in the end? there were some unexpected developments, but they were ultimately to our advantage. Be it host to a surfeit of light or dark, a world bereft of equilibrium is but a void in waiting, and a void is of no use to my master. I shall follow her emissary with great interest. As for the pawns, whom you so pity, they have delivered unto me a gift, which I do now present to you. Ifrit's balls. Are those the eyes?
I was gonna say something, but now I don't have to. This is Ifrit's balls now. There you go, everybody.
Oh no. What happened to the eyes of Nidhogg? Am I crazy?
Remember how we just threw them randomly into the...
Oh yeah, we threw them into the ravine.
Yeah? Because that was very smart to do.
It wasn't.
It wasn't. Spoilers, it wasn't.
Yeah. This is silly. I should say, this is silly only because of a silly thing that we did, which was for some reason throw the eyes away.
Yeah, instead of like put them in a location we will know where they are and like are able to guard them.
Yeah. The eyes of Nidhogg. Many were the candidates considered, but by your deeds, you have proven yourself the most deserving. Shouldn't taking both eyes, wouldn't that just turn him into Nidhogg? Shouldn't that just turn him into Nidhogg?
It would.
Like, isn't that what should happen? Well, but that should happen. As in, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't make any sense.
Maybe that's their point. Maybe that's their point. Maybe they want to fight with a dragon on their side.
No, I'm saying that again, if he doesn't turn into Nidhogg, then it's bad writing.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, I agree. I mean, that's what happened to Einstein, right?
Yes. Yes. Okay. A man of boundless rage and bottomless despair, in whose breast beats a heart which thirsts for vengeance. Only you are fit to wield these eyes, for weal or for woe. So thank you for the followed system. Thank you. I want a badass cinematic right now. Let's go. So, it was here all along. The hell is this?
This is Nero, remember?
Is that Nero?
That is Nero. You missed him.
So he's no longer like a purple man?
Apparently not.
I'm pretty sure last time we saw him, it was a purple man, right?
I think so. I don't think we saved him.
He was like, yeah, he was like corrupted.
Or maybe we
stuff.
did save him?
Did we save him?
Did we save him?
I think we saved him, but I thought he was still okay. Okay. Oh, you just wait, my pretty. You and I are gonna have so much fun. If you remember, he was looking for like an ancient, he was looking for like an ancient artifact, like Allegan artifacts. That was apparently. Like, if you remember, it wasn't the Ultima weapon. It was something else, but it was meant to be similar to the Ultima weapon, and it was hidden underneath the contested area, the PvP area. Yeah, there. It was meant to be like equivalent to the Ultima weapon or something, or comparable.
Soko is saying maybe he took a bath.
Are you saying he wasn't really corrupted or anything? He was just covered in like slime and like purple crystal? Okay. Okay.
Look, Thancred has a squirrel.
Speaking again? Oh no, that squirrel has seen too much.
It has. That's why he keeps
No.
keeps it close by, because it has seen too much. And
It protects his nuts.
yes, literally.
Let's speak to Hori Boulder.
Okay, hold on. Let me find him. Why are you so far?
It's at the table. So, Alvino, we all know he's got his mind made up. The Crystal Braves are no more. It's all over. Bam! You haven't got to go home. You haven't got to go home, but you can't stay here. But real, he's not having it. Won't even let old Alfie finish.
And then Alfie cried. Are they gonna say that he cried?
Colton. And there I was, worried about how to brief Papalim on the many momentous events which we have borne to witness to in recent memory. Little did I know, I need only leave Hori to it. Okay. Story time.
Yeah, and he sits there and listens.
Papalim. Come on. My word, Light. I must confess to some considerable amazement at the great trials and tribulations you and the others have recently overcame. I must again apologize for our prolonged absence, and for the fact that we have yet to answer your many questions. As for Ida, well, all things in time, I suppose.
I want the answer now.
Okay, Ida.
I guess I was just so caught up in thinking about, well, everything, that I dozed off for a moment.
I've been thinking, Light. When time allows, we should go and pay a visit to Gabu with Alice. We should. Though their time together was short, I know she felt a kinship with the young child.
Bring it here.
Yes. Gabu.
So we can protect him.
Thancred. I told her everything that happened. She needed to know, and I thought it would be best if it came from me. It's strange to think back on the circumstances of our first meeting. We were all so very young, so foolish, so powerless. Okay, Flamin.
In that moment, she departed this realm for the first. I heard her speak to me. I know this to be true, just as I know that she will one day return to us. In those final moments, she was smiling, was she not? She was proud and hopeful and looking to the future. So I will too, Mielikka. I will.
Okay, homie.
Do you have anything new?
It is not as though I do not enjoy the company of so many motivated youths. However, without Isildur around, I cannot help but feel somewhat isolated. He got carried away with his training, lest you wonder, and injured his back. Aliane has been looking after him ever since.
Remember Isildur?
Clemens.
Remember Isildur? He was one of the very, very first like side characters we met, like side characters, because he just happened to be in front of one of the dungeons we did, and he goes around with his, I don't know if she's his granddaughter or if she just knows him, and she's a healer, and he's like old adventurer that still tries to have adventures, but he's clearly like, you know, not fit anymore, and she like keeps to healing him and stuff.
Okay.
That's a thing.
Okay. Clemens.
Oh, as if you wouldn't try to get rid of me at the first opportunity. Don't you drag me into this mess.
Alright, Aenor.
But I have a precocious sibling too, and I'm sure she'd be happy to join us.
Okay. Believe me, I know all too well the burden that is a precocious sibling. We should trade tales over a drink sometime, or perhaps even with the four of us.
So they're trying to do a double date?
Oh. Double date?
Yeah. The two brothers with the two sisters.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
I guess.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Let's say.
It's a bit overwhelming, quite frankly, having spent so much time on the road, often by myself. Yet I will try to approach this as a learning experience, as I did my travels. Had I not kept an open mind after all, I doubt I would have been able to master the ethereal blade, nor would I have benefited from the rather pointed advice I received. There is not one path, as some are given to say, and there is wisdom in exploring every school of magic, as there is in exploration of all things.
Okay, Tataro has a request. Tidings from Gira Abania.
Ah, finally. Ah, Mielikka, just the hero I wanted to see. Would you mind doing me a small favor? I need you to meet me at the Diamond Forge. That won't take long, promise.
Who is Gira Abania?
That is where the Alamigans were supposed to go. Those are the mountains where the Alamigo is.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Let's step outside.
Okay. 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 Hold on. I'm going. I'm going. Okay, I'm outside.
There's a
There's
very
Soko
fancy
here.
chocobo out here.
Okay, hold on. Okay. Where's the chocobo? Where's the chocobo? Show me the chocobo.
Yeah. The chocobo is like...
Oh.
It's fancy.
That is a fancy chocobo. It's like a... What is it called? What's the monarch of Japan?
Monarch? Like, yeah, like an emperor?
Yeah, is it emperor?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, emperor. Because we have a different word in Polish.
So hello, Saka. See, you found your spot. Ah. Okay. Well, with that, I believe we're done for today.
Uh-huh.
We
have
finished
the expansion and the post-expansion.
We finished the game.
The game
as
just
complete.
period.
It is now done. We're a little bit aimless, but it looks like it looks like we might be doing some little Alamigo stuff.
Yeah.
If we are, I am concerned. I am concerned because I don't think there's much of the post-patch left. And because, as you mentioned, Stormblood is meant to be somewhere else, it means that we're not going to dedicate an expansion to Little Alamigo. It means it's going to be like a shorter side quest instead.
Or the other option is that it's gonna be like in Heavensward where you remember something. We're like, yeah, remember Ul'dah?
Where we started here and then we go into the expansion and then we go somewhere else and then like halfway through we come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, that it's gonna be like in two different places at the same time.
Maybe. Hope not.
We'll see, I guess. We'll see.
We'll see what happens. We'll see. But yeah, with that, hope you all enjoyed yourselves. You know, we have made progress in the story.
We have.
Progress has been made.
I mean, we concluded a long quest line.
Yeah, not in a satisfying way.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to say that we closed it, but like we concluded it.
Yeah. So hopefully, Salka, you can tell Square Enix to make sure that they revisit this storyline and they do it properly for Stormblood.
Yeah.
So yeah, let them know that in Stormblood, we expect to revisit the Warriors of Darkness. Maybe go to the First Worlds. Just find out what's going on there. Maybe try to fix the problem. You know, go back to the Void as well to help fix the problem. You know, there's a lot that can be done.
Find out how Nero took a bath.
Yes, find out how Nero took a bath as well. Yes, true. And then we'll figure it out in Stormblood. Right, there you go.
So, okay, you're noting that down, right?
And that Gabo becomes like, you know, a permanent member of like the side cast of characters, and Gabo, and spends time with Alice.
Yeah, it would be
When she
cute
has a
if she
companion.
actually like adopted him.
Yeah.
And not
I mean,
just
he's
like left him like under the eye of literal soldiers.
Gabo is literally homeless and has no family to speak
he
of.
is homeless, has no family, has been rejected by his tribe, and he's currently in custody of the very same soldiers who are killing kobolds.
Yes, so it would be nice if Gabo was given a nice home with Alice. Or even just here.
Yeah, just here, just have him here. Great.
Just have him here.
I mean, you would say that like, oh, like this is a dangerous place, like you shouldn't have kids here, but like there are the Doman kids around. They're fine.
He can have fun with the Doman kids.
Yeah. And they're like, Domans are also outsiders, so they won't mind as much.
Yeah. Make it happen. Yeah. Yeah. How we threw the eyes off a cliff for some reason.
I do.
Why did we do that?
I do
Why did we do
remember that. I still don't know.
Did we do that? Did Einstein do that? Someone else do that? Who did that?
I don't remember who did it actually.
Who did that?
I don't think Einstein had the eyes in his hands anymore.
No, yeah, he didn't have it.
Because like I don't think they would give the eyes to him anymore. Like, I don't think they would be trusted with them. But I don't remember who it was who threw them. But even then we said that it was probably not a good idea because literally anyone can take them. And they are known to be dangerous even on its own.
You know what? I don't like that they're reusing that so quickly.
Yeah.
Because it's capitalizing on just a bad story decision too fast. Because then it just makes our characters look dumb, right?
Yeah.
It just makes everyone look dumb. If it's like if
it was this easy to find.
Yeah, if they throw away the eyes, and they're so quickly used against us immediately. Like it just doesn't feel good. It's not good. It's not good, Sokka.
Sokka, do
Tell them
something.
that. Tell them that. Can we fix that? Can we fix Heavensward? And either we don't throw away the eyes, or if we do, like have repercussions, like in Shadowbringers.
Yeah.
There you go.
Like a while later.
Tell them to move this to Shadowbringers. Like move the quest
I mean,
around.
we have to keep in mind that also it's been 2 years since the previous expansion. So like for people who were playing at the time, it has been a while.
Has it?
Yeah, I mean the expansions are every 2 years.
No, yeah, but this is the same patch in the same expansion where they threw the eyes away.
No. This is post-patch content. Like this is post-expansion.
Yeah, post-patch is like a couple months later. That's not enough time.
I guess so.
Yeah. I'll dream about telling them the thing. Okay, Sokka. Okay. Let him know.
And Sokka already has the pajamas up, so already ready
Let
for
him
the
know.
dreaming.
Yes. Okay.
Would you like to sit down?
What?
Never mind. I never asked.
Okay. Okay. Well, with that, guess we're done.
Yeah.
Yes, we're done.
Done with this part of the story.
Yeah, we might continue streaming Final Fantasy in 2 days. Tomorrow we have the podcast, but the day after we have no cast scheduled, so we might be able to stream some more Final Fantasy on Friday.
Yeah, and we will continue this storyline wherever it goes.
Yeah, so we might be back on Friday or next week, one or the other. One of them will occur. Otherwise, the next time you see us should be during the podcast tomorrow. I might stream before the podcast. Might have like a ladder session, depending on how I feel. Otherwise, we'll just do the podcast and yeah, just chill.
As a reminder, if you want to be up to date on our off-stream adventures, make sure to join the Discord, because we do share updates on the Discord. You can see the updates on Light leveling his classes up to 100.
Yes. Well, I'm almost there. I'm at 95. Almost at 100.
As a reminder, for those who don't know, Heavensward expansion is level 60.
I'm getting there. Let's go. But yeah, otherwise, thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for the support. We'll see you guys in a couple of days for some more Final Fantasy, or tomorrow for the podcast. Otherwise, check out Kuro's channel for her POV, because Kuro is also streaming herself over on her channel.
Yeah, I still have to figure out my own streaming schedule, but it will happen eventually.
Yes. Thank you for dropping by. It's bench time. Thank you, Iceland. Thank you. Thank you, Soko, for sticking with us as well, for looking after us while we've been embracing the story. Thank you. And with that, we'll see you guys next time.
And we are looking forward to Redacted.
Yes, we're looking forward to Redacted. Redacted better be good. Redacted. Yes. Nice. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.